freaks, and happy Halloween. Welcome to a brand new episode of Freakquels. I'm your host, EJ Leeson, and with me today, my co-host with the most, Mr. Rory Calarasi. How are you, sir?
I am really good. We had a little bit of a scare on this show, so I have to give a shout out to Mr. Will Perna for saving our Monsters episode. Many of you who have listened to it at this point got to listen to it without the blinding terror that I got to experience. We recorded with all those hilarious people that you listened to, and I took the episode home, popped out my computer, listened to it, and it was all fucked up on two of the channels. So Alec that was on and Schwartz both sounded like robots. So I fucked around with the audio for a little bit, and nothing was working in my favor. So I was like, hey, send it to somebody who knows what they're doing. So I sent it to Will Perna. And Will Perna managed to salvage an episode so that we didn't miss it, the episode that debuted today. So I just want to give a little bit of a shout out to Mr. Will Perna for saving one of our episodes. And you should all go listen to his music right now. You can listen to that stuff and just see how much he actually knows about audio. He's incredible. So thank you, Will Perna.
Yes. And today we have a very special guest, no stranger to the show. This is one of our favorite guests. He actually performed one of his songs on the show before.
Event Horizon.
Also, my
Halloween 6.
little buddy since we were like 8 years old, Mr. Adam Farley. How are you?
Well, hello, gentlemen. It is so lovely to be back. I feel like now being on the show multiple times, performing Halloween 6, Event Horizon, right? I feel like I've been on more than that, but I could be wrong.
Cry Wolf.
Cry Wolf.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you, Rory.
Yeah.
Jeez. I feel like I should get like a Freakquels jacket now. Like, you know how like golfers get like a jacket
Oh, yeah.
after...
Yeah, the 5-timer club
Yeah, like,
thing.
yeah. So I feel like I should get like, or like SNL, right? They do
right,
that.
like
yeah.
the 5-timer club. Yeah.
We
I
don't
feel
give
like I should get a jacket.
we don't give jackets. We just molest people.
Well, that's fine
Yeah,
too.
so you're
So
in a lot of danger.
I mean, I guess
I'll
I'm
send
in.
you something in the mail.
Yeah,
Perfect.
the more you're on, the more danger you're in.
That would be great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, but I'm so happy that you're back, man. It's so good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a hot minute either.
Well, you know, I feel like even though we're not together all the time, I mean, I'm texting both of you, and I feel like when we do catch up, it's like we haven't skipped a beat, right?
No,
Like,
I know.
sir.
I feel like we text every
single day. I mean, if it's not an Instagram reel that you're getting sent, or it's a message about something, right? Like we're continuously talk. So
And I just send you endless conspiracy theories.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Rory, you reached out to me
Real.
like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and you're like, hey, I'm in a panic, like I'm trying to find a filler for an episode.
Yeah, you
and
saved it. I gave you a shout out on one of the episodes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really am grateful that you did that. Well, actually, you know what's great about it? I requested just a little piece of music, and I was expecting to hear back 2 days later. You sent it back 3 minutes later, and I was just like, oh, okay. And I listened to it. I'm like, this is exactly what I needed.
You know,
So thank you.
I feel like, so I have like PTSD with Jimmy Reynolds because he usually has like 387 unread messages. So you have to literally text him on like a Monday to get an answer like 3 weeks later. Hey, buddy, I'm playing a show in December of 2027. Do you want to jam with me at that point? So like
the night before. Hey, man, what's up?
So I have to like think in advance. So like I always think of those, and he's done a lot better now. I don't want to pick on him because he's doing really good. But I just, you know, I'm like that in my professional life, and I'm also like that. I try to be like that in my personal life, where I can get back to somebody super quick, like if they need something. I think it's just like in our blood, dude, right? Like I feel like you're the same way. Like just I could text you and be like, hey man, like I'm stuck on the side of the road. You're like, where are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it could be like 2:27 in the morning.
Yeah, no,
So,
that's it's
happy to help,
happened.
Rory.
See-
You're my homie for life. So like I gotta make sure you're taken care of.
I just want to say this. I do a thing where I see people send me messages, and then I look at them so that the person knows that I read them, and then I just don't respond for
Don't
2
respond.
weeks.
Yeah, that's
And then I do that thing every
that
so
is
often.
the best.
It
when
is.
somebody
It's-
has like a read receipt on, and you're
Yeah.
like, I know you read this at like 1:38 3 weeks ago.
My other favorite
okay.
thing to do is
Please
that
respond.
my other favorite thing to do is I start writing messages, and then I just erase it so they see the little bubble things going, and then they're like, "Oh, he's gonna send." No, it's
Yeah.
it's not
For
good being
something.
friends with me.
Oh no.
It's a
Yeah.
bad experience.
But dude, congratulations on winning Best Pop Group
Yeah.
How was that? How was the whole award show experience?
I mean, listen, Joe Caviston, who runs the Electric City Music Conference, has done a great job for the past 12 years. I think back to, I always think back to like when we did music together, many years ago, like the music scene was not what it is today.
No.
Like this conference is huge for musicians and for artists and for talents of all different genres, and whether you're in a band or whether you're a solo artist, there's something there. Radio personality, like there's an opportunity for you to be recognized. And, Joe and his team has done a phenomenal job running this year over year in giving musicians and local artists a platform to showcase their talent. And I think it's pretty awesome to be to be recognized and to be nominated. We don't ever anticipate to win any award. Like, we're just happy to be doing this thing for 8 years now, and we've won this award multiple times, and outside of Best Trio. So it's awesome. It's awesome to be recognized, especially with some amazing talent like Nowhere Slow.
Yeah.
Just so many amazing artists that are in that category. The 335, who we had a chance to perform with down at Sarah Gay's. Again, to take that, even for someone like Black Tie Stereo or Modern Ties, also, like it's awesome. It's really cool, and we're just super thankful to everybody who continues to support us and show up and jam with the MDG crew and be a part of our little MDG crew family. So it's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I like how you're pushing for the Dave Cali nomination for Best Drummer.
Yeah. So, my feelings on that is I think there needs to be, it's not even just for Dave. Like, Dave to me is like definitely, one of the best drummers that I've ever been around. Like he's never in that category. So I wouldn't call it frustrating. I call it like, I think there needs to be a change.
Best pop drummer.
I think maybe like a tier system.
Yeah.
I said like it should be like a tier system. Like there should be like top 3 tiers. Maybe some of your newer drummers that are starting off are in like that tier
Best
3
new drummer.
Yeah. Then you have like a tier 2 system where you have, some of your drummers who've been around for a bit. And maybe your tier 1 where it's like your top 5, like maybe some of these artists that are like University Drive that's been around for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that Dave deserves that nomination, and I made that very vocal at the Electric City Music Conference that I think there needs to be a change to the system, and I think most people would agree with me.
Yeah.
But I needed to make sure Dave was recognized that he's getting that credit.
Yeah.
Can I give you an idea for a category?
Sure.
And he would 100% win it. Best hair on a drummer.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, that's like a blessing right there.
He looks like he's like straight out of Jersey Shore with like that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that show soon.
His hair is like, it really is. Like I joke with him because
even Samson looked at him and was like, "Shit."
Yeah, listen, he's got amazing. He's been blessed with very. Listen, he's been blessed with very good hair. He knows that. I joke with him. Last time Jimmy and I, the MDG crew performed at McGrath's. Dave was like there 15 minutes before we went on, and I'm like, he's either 1, he's vaping, or 2, he's still working on his hair. Take your pick. And most of the time, it's making sure that his hair is
slick.
Listen, he's perfected that. That's like a gift.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It's
really
very impressive.
It's
It really
like
is.
it's like T-Bird level great.
And he just
I know.
turned. Dave just turned 40. We just celebrated his 40th
Crazy.
birthday, which is crazy. He doesn't even look 40.
No, he doesn't have like any gray hair.
No, I mean, Dave will tell you that you have to come up like really close to him, and he smells like super great because I think as you guys all know that Dave runs like a side gig. He's a lot of followers on YouTube for like his cologne and like
His,
runs
like,
his own like
suave look
yeah,
or something,
Callie's Groom Room and
Groom room. Yeah,
great hair,
yeah, he's
smells
great hair,
great.
smells good. I mean, that's what you want in a
the
drummer.
guy.
Most smell like they haven't showered in 27
Right.
days.
Sorry, ladies,
not
he's
Dave.
taken.
He's doing good. I know if he wasn't, if Dave was listening right now, which I'll make sure he listens to this episode. If he wasn't in the MDG crew, he'd probably be in Boys to Meth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boys to Meth.
So
I'll make drugs for you.
as you get to know Dave, he has this. He's always his jokes always revolve around some sort of meth joke.
Yeah.
So as you
He's
get
probably
to know
trying
him,
to tell you something.
Probably should
trying to
be
reveal
telling me something, yeah.
Just feeling the water out a little bit.
yeah.
And
Like,
then
will Adam judge me?
So the conference was awesome. Did you see anybody like you were like, oh, cool, like
Yeah, I got to see Jon Snow perform, which was awesome. This is the first time I've ever got to see him perform.
Shut up, isn't it?
And it was just
amazing,
it was
right?
amazing. I mean, he's just got a phenomenal stage presence. He's just got a
He's a force.
It's interesting because when you meet people, it's like when people meet me or they
Right.
meet you, they're not expecting you to go out and break out 10 NSYNC dances or
Right.
pop and lock the way that you do, right? Like I think people just they know you and they're like, oh wow, like didn't realize you have that like this hidden talent.
Yeah.
It's the same way like when we perform out, they're like, I didn't know like you played keys or I didn't know that you sang or you danced the way you do, especially like if somebody hasn't known us for a long time.
Right.
So it's like Jon Snow, like, I've met him and he's a phenomenal guy and like you don't realize all the hidden, again, this is a good example of like how much talent we have in Northeastern PA. And it was awesome to watch him because he's got a great stage presence. He's in like 17 bands. Like I don't know how he does it. I'm like, dude, how do you do this? Like
he memorizes like
It's
I don't
incredible.
know how many songs do you think he probably has memorized now?
I would probably say
Probably
he's a
over
library of
200 or
probably
300
1,000 songs in his brain,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
John, if you're
crazy.
listening, you could probably save yourself a lot of time if you memorize one song and then for all your bands, do it in the style of.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, now I would love to see him do like a hardcore version of One More Try by Timmy T.
I'm going Wheels on the
like,
Bus
"One
go
more
round and
time."
round, personally. I think that would be a lot
But
of
in the
fun.
form of a Jon Snow
Yeah.
Metal Messiah take.
I want to pitch
Messiah.
to him like a Milli Vanilli cover band.
Oh my god. And just
cool
like
would
put a
that-
little
yeah.
like metal spin on it?
Yeah.
Oh, be phenomenal.
Girl, you know it's true.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, you could totally pull it off.
It's like Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love you. Yeah.
I would totally pay to see that show.
You could have my money right now.
Take I'm with Rory.
All right.
We're getting wristbands.
Okay. I'm going to see if he's down. I don't know if he wants to do that or not. But all right, well, let's go into recent movies we've watched. So Adam, what are some like new movies you've seen recently?
Man, so last night I'll stick with most recent, A Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh yeah, did you like it?
I did. I actually liked it a lot. I'll be honest with you. The trailer definitely is deceiving. It was like took a completely different turn than I anticipated it to take, which I was okay with. I mean, I thought it was like cool.
Shudder's like
Shudder's
killing
really
it
stepping it
lately.
up. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
AMC Plus in general is like amazing, and then the fact that you get Shudder tacked on with that, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't beat it. There's so many great independent films that are just like not mainstream films that are on Shudder that I'm like, man, these are like great. Like these
Yeah.
are really good films. I listen. I thought overall, I thought it was good. I think like if they made a second one, you could take that film in so many different directions.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you know what I mean. Like I don't want
Yeah.
to spoil for anybody, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. I got to watch. I just bought it 28 years later and watched it.
Yeah. What did you think?
Thought it was amazing. I mean,
I did
listen,
too. I
I'm
did
like
too.
curious to know like where this is headed because it's such a different. I wouldn't say different. It's totally 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years. But it's like, where's this going? Because now you
know.
can kind of really build off this in a completely different direction, knowing this is so many years later.
Yeah.
So I thought it was phenomenal. In the score for it, I
Yeah.
kind of miss in the in the Room in a Heartbeat.
Murphy's,
Like
yeah.
I kind of miss
yeah,
that.
that's so
I have a
good.
feeling they're gonna throw that in there at some point. But that whole like poem marching thing,
Yeah.
like, if you listen to that whole thing, it is like eerie as hell.
Oh, that fucking thing's
Oh
from
my
the trailer.
god! But you
Yeah,
gotta
it's
you
so-
gotta like listen to it. Like go to Spotify, Apple Music, like play the soundtrack, and just like Mindy thought I was crazy. She's like, "What are you listening to?" But, like, I'm like, it's from we just watched it. It's from 20 years later, but it's the complete like whole like poem thing that they
Yeah.
did, and it's just very eerie. And,
It's
like,
unsettling. That whole sequence,
Yeah.
like, it's just like I feel uncomfortable.
It's like the Lords of Salem thing, like when they play the
Oh,
record.
right,
It
man.
kind of like kind of like draws you in a little bit. Like
cool.
that's kind of reminded me of. And then I just watched Ballerina off the John Wick series.
Oh, how'd you like it?
It's fucking awesome.
Right?
Like, oh my god. Like I mean, like you just can't like how that franchise is so successful.
Yeah.
Like just the way that they picked up like incorporating in like part 3 of like where
John Wick.
John Wick is showing up and
Wasn't that
he's,
called like Portobello Mushroom or something like that?
Yeah, Portobello Mushroom.
But like the scene where like in the opening, like I won't spoil for anybody, but like the dancer and like how You're just
Yeah.
thinking that, like, wow, like this was kind of happening while, while he was playing out in John Wick 3. So, I mean, I own all the films. I just literally bought Ballerina like 2 days ago because I was just obsessed with watching the film.
Yeah.
That movie was such a wonderful surprise.
Yeah.
Because, like spin-off movies don't always land.
I know.
And-
I agree with you.
And she is so awesome. I love her in general as an actress. And that movie, I just remember like I was watching it, I'm like, what's this going to be like?
My favorite scene was probably the coffee shop scene when she goes to that like mountain town.
Oh,
and
sure. That's pretty
They
rad.
fight in the cooler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
that's so much fun.
Yeah, I do.
I love that.
The flamethrower sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that movie lands so well, and it's such a shame that I guess it didn't do so hot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, I'm not sure how. I mean, it's such a well done film. I think what happens is as time goes on, like people kind of lose interest in things, and I think, that's kind of probably what happened here is like people are like, okay, John Wick series over, move on, and then this comes out. And I also think I get nervous when films overly promote things. Like I'm a little bit nervous for Tron Ares, and I'm obsessed with Tron, but I feel like they're doing so much promoting that I'm like, is this not a good film?
I know. That's how I feel.
Like I'm
too.
getting nervous. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna love it no matter if it's crap or not because I love Tron. But I get nervous when there's so much promoting going on. I felt like they did that with another favorite. I just rewatched Halloween Ends because I wanted to rewatch Halloween Ends, and I'm like, it's such a good film. Like I enjoy
Yes.
Halloween Ends.
Me
a lot.
too.
Welcome aboard.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm like still like I wish they would just change is like just I don't need the whole town to throw them into a grinder. Like,
That's so stupid.
can we just skip the town? Like, did they really have to fall and be like everybody has to witness this? Like,
There's at least one extra during that sequence that makes watching it worth it.
Yes,
right? Comics
that's right.
on the Green Star. What's
Yeah,
wanna
Matt
shout out?
Meng.
Matt Meng.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the background. You
Is he
see him with,
really?
like, yeah, you remember Matt?
I remember
right?
Matt. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in the background.
Yeah,
I gotta
watch
go
it again
rewatch it.
when Jamie Lee Curtis is getting out of the car. When
Okay.
they're all like marching along.
Right.
She gets out of the car. You could see Matt Meng like right behind her.
Oh, well,
Is that insane?
I'm gonna go back and just put it on just to
He's
see.
wearing like a red plaid like hat and shirt.
Well, since he's in that scene, I mean that's fine. Then we could keep that. Just keep that in there. We don't need to take that out. But
I agree though with what you're saying. Like that whole sequence it didn't work for me. I personally wish that as blasphemous as this is to say,
right.
I kind of wish they wrote out Michael after that confrontation that he has with Corey.
Yes.
And that they just stayed with what they went in there to do, which is, evil passing on to the next person.
Right.
And just stayed with Corey and had that be like the third act. Because
Yeah.
like the thing with Jamie Lee Curtis, that whole third act, it didn't work for me. The movie went
I
from
agree.
being like really, really cool.
Yep.
And then the third act just,
Yeah, I feel like
that was a plane crashing.
Yeah, I agree. I just rewatching it. I'm like, God, I didn't miss that scene at the end. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just felt that whole like just even like the storyline is just so good compared to Kills, where I was just like, oh man, like, and again, you saw what I sent you, but Halloween 6 is still considered like one of the best in the franchise, right? Like,
Right.
and I think Paramount Scare like put that out, and I was like, that's good to be recognized.
Dude, honestly, I think like those first 7, I'm going to say, they are
And Resurrection.
I'm keeping that one out.
Keep that
We
one.
might talk about that again someday. But those earlier ones, I think, are the ones that make the Halloween fans. I don't know how many more fans are going to be brought in by this new trilogy, because I don't think that it offered anything particularly interesting.
No, I would agree with you. I
Yeah.
think like there's just there's some really great aspects of like the throwback scene, right?
Yeah.
Like where like they reprise 1978. Like I could have had a whole film around that, like picking up that
See, like
storyline.
that kind of stuff is what I didn't like about it.
Really?
Because
I liked
everyone's
it.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone I remember
Like
they
Nick
were
Castle like reprising and like playing that component of it again was like amazing.
Yeah.
like,
Like he did all
in
Yeah.
theory,
I liked him as a flasher.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
In
That's right, I
theory,
forgot
like
about
the 78 stuff, I get why people like it, but I just feel like that Halloween Kills movie was just so
It was
messy
killed from the start.
and lame, and
Yeah.
and like stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, so we're going back to that night, but I don't know.
Anthony Michael Hall.
You know what it is, dude?
he
Actually,
killed it for me. And I love him. Like,
I know.
He's a terrible Tommy Doyle. Like, oh my god, and the mob mentality. Like, I couldn't. I was having a hard time with that.
Yeah, I think they were going for like that old.
Can you do your
horror-
impression of what he says to?
Oh, you saved me when I was a kid. Now it's my turn to save you.
that's pretty. That's pretty fantastic.
That is fantastic. Like, thank you.
There's what I think doesn't work about it for me, like the new 78 stuff, is that the original movie has like a tone and a feel, and there's like a style with the actors, like the acting, I'll say. And then you get into the Halloween Kill stuff, and it visually looks enough like the original movie, but like it's all the characters suck, and they're like super hypercharged, and they don't feel like they're in the same universe.
Right.
It takes the pain away.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Wait, what'd she say? She's like, could I have one from a friend? Make it a double.
Make it a double.
It's just like, fuck
Man.
you.
What's going on,
Yeah.
Rory?
Anyway, Halloween. So you watched Halloween Ends?
Yeah, watch Halloween's Ends, and I've got quite a few more movies that are on the list that we've been trying to do like a movie every other night, like to get caught up on just films that are out there. So it's been pretty awesome. So yeah, it's kind of what I watch. What about you guys?
Yeah, Rory, how about you?
I had a great week. I really did. Did you see Warfare?
Yes, yeah, I just watched that on
Yeah.
HBO. I didn't see it in theaters. It kind of like
Pisses me off. I
came
didn't
and
see it
went.
either. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that looks like that would have been a real like fantastic theater experience.
How awesome was it was cool to see Reggie Mantle from he was in it. He played the
Oh,
second
yeah.
unit. Yeah.
From Riverdale, right?
Yeah. I was like, he's in
I
this?
asked you not
This is
to
great.
I asked you not to bring up River Dudes.
I know,
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
I know.
Don't make
I'm
me
so
correct
sorry.
you.
You know my love of Riverdale.
And was it Eddie Munson?
Yeah, Eddie Munson
Yeah,
was
he was
in
there.
it.
No,
Yeah.
the movie I thought was really, really effective. You know, it's like I like that it sort of stays in that one day, and you just see how shit just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it all
It's
kind of like
really
stays
upsetting.
in real time.
Yeah.
Like there isn't really like a time jump at all. It kind of has that like in real time
Yeah.
combat. So
That-
it's kind of
that's
Is
weird.
this
scene-
a series?
No, it's just
No.
it's a movie.
It's a movie.
There that scene where they're like running out to safety to load up in that tank. I'm not familiar with my army vehicles, America, so I'm sure someone's like, "That's not a tank, asshole." It's something though. And they're running in there for safety, and like a bomb goes off,
Yeah.
and everything that happens after that, I'm like, "Oh my god, this like happens to people." It just made me feel bad. I bought the 4K for the movie Flow.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, and then I sent you a video of my cat Ella actually watching it and interacting with it. Because Ella looks, I've brought this up before, she looks just like Flo.
Yeah.
And I had the movie on, and she just sat at the end of the bed and just watched it, and her head was just zipping around following Flo. And I'm like, this is like a happy moment for me. It just made me
How
feel-
is that film?
Flo's my favorite movie of last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
It's
Just
probably
haven't
my
watched it yet.
favorite animated movie of the last, like, maybe since The Lion King, if I'm going to be completely honest with
Okay,
you.
that's saying something though.
There, It's one of those things, like, I would
crazy.
love to have, like, it's unfortunate that Flo's not a horror film, because I would love to just do, like, a podcast just dissecting, like, everything that I think that movie's trying to convey.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to it, and it's just beautiful. I love the fact that, like, the cat and all the animals that it befriends, they're not like cartoon characters.
Yeah.
They like interact with each other like what they are, but it's like it's just so like beautiful, you know. Like,
Yeah.
there's just something I don't want to say too much about it, but I definitely recommend watching it. Definitely my favorite movie last year, though. I watched Sabrina. You ever see Sabrina with Bogart?
Oh yeah.
Audrey
I saw
Hepburn,
both. I saw
William
both
Holden.
Sabrinas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you like the original Sabrina?
I did. Yeah.
Billy Wilder flick.
Billy Wilder. Yeah, it's crazy because Humphrey Bogart. I remember listening to something where I guess he didn't have a great time on set because the Billy Wilder and Audrey Hepburn got along really well, and the younger actor,
Did
I
we
forget his
talk
name.
about this before?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was just he felt alienated a little bit because he was like the older guy there. You know what I mean? So I guess he didn't have like a great time on set.
Man, he's so
but
good in it.
He's great in everything.
It really is hard to find a movie of his where I'm like, okay, that's his bad one. I think we were just talking about him off air.
Yeah.
He has like something about him. There's so much like character in his face, and he's really good at like performing, but he's also really good at doing nothing. Do you know what I mean by that? Like sometimes like when he just lets the other actors like shine, and the way he'll react to them is like really fascinating. It's actually almost like something that I think like actors should study.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
He's a very giving actor, I think.
Yeah. I definitely agree. There's a movie you have to check out, and I forget if it's called Secret Passage or Safe Passage.
And you were talking to me about that.
Yeah, you have to watch that.
I'll definitely check that out. I'll
it's
watch
all, like,
anything
POV for the first, 15, 20 minutes, and then he gets, a face, resurgery, to redo his face, and when it comes off, he looks like Humphrey Bogart. But, it reminds you of, the Joker, 89 Joker, some of the scenes, because he has, the thing wrapped around his face, almost like the
that's right.
Invisible
I know
Man.
a film. Yeah, this is.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I definitely check it out.
How was it?
I loved it.
It's good.
Yeah, I actually liked it a lot. Yeah, I think I forget if it's Secret Passage or Safe Passage, but he escapes from jail and you see him escape from jail, but it's all POV for the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, no, I'll definitely look that up.
It's really good.
Because I've been having a thing with him. I've noticed where every single one of his movies I've watched, I've really loved the Roaring 20s. If you get
the Roaring 20s.
Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I own it.
He's so fucking good in that. Cagney fucking rules.
Yeah.
I saw The Long Walk.
Yeah, did you like that?
I loved The Long Walk.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a wonderful movie. I like the bond that's formed with the four main characters,
right?
And
the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, trying to help each other to the there's no finish line, but trying to just help each other through the experience because they start to kind of see that it's kind of fucked up what their world has become, and it's just sort of they start I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, and they're no, you're gonna keep going. I love stuff like that, and it's a Stephen King story, and sometimes people understand how to translate his material to the screen. And they do this. There's something about the people that get it. They know how to bring the humanity to the forefront, and you really care about the characters. And there's some of them that drop off. I was just fuck,
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a quick name check on this. David Johnson. Did you see Alien Romulus?
Oh no, but he played the android in it, right? Yeah.
So I wasn't wild.
You didn't see Alien Romulus?
No, I didn't watch it.
David
Oh man,
Johnson.
I know.
I remember. I
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was iffy on it, but I'll probably check it out. Yeah.
Worth a watch.
It starts off Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
It starts off really good.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
And then it turns into a greatest hits compilation, and I left the theater with kind of a sour taste in my mouth. But I did say, I think one of these episodes a long time ago that he's the standout. He is so good in that.
Yeah.
And in Long Walk, I just felt like he just stole that whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
There's such a genuine, realistic kindness and warmth and light the character brings, and I just felt like it made everything feel like it mattered more.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. I love his speech when he's just talking about how beautiful life actually is, and he's trying to help his friends see through all the ugliness, and it's look, motherfucker, there's a rainbow. I saw One Battle After Another. Did you see that?
No, not yet. I hope to see it tomorrow or Thursday or something. Or tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday or Friday, probably.
I went to see it with a friend of the show, Greg Caldwell. We went to see it in IMAX, and it's great.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
I
heard it's really good.
Dude, when you're watching it, man, you'll remember when I say this. The fucking pacing. Yeah.
It's good.
It's 2 hours and 45 minutes or something like that, and boy, it doesn't feel like it. DiCaprio clocks in another great performance, and DiCaprio wasn't expecting this when I was a kid. I think is one of the funniest actors out there right now. Like he has like a certain kind of humor that just kills me.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want to say too much about it, but check that out.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's definitely on my list. Like I definitely want
Me
to.
too.
I definitely want to see it for sure.
Yeah.
I saw. This is a little bit of an interesting choice. I watched the 1946 Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, the French one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen it. I actually just bought it.
Yeah,
not
the-
that long
the
ago.
Criterion,
Like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, and it's on my list to watch. Yeah.
Dude, it kind of rocks.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm really excited.
When you
I
get
didn't
into
even
that,
know they made a French
Yeah.
version of Beauty and the Beast in
Yeah.
the 1940s.
I just had this weird impulse because like I'm gonna be committing super hard to the spooky season this year. So I was kind of like, what non-horror movies do you need to get out of the way? And that was one of them. So I watched it the other day, and dude, the production design of that movie is remarkable. I feel like I can't confirm this. Maybe somebody can check this on the internet for me and let me know. I probably won't read what you send to me, but I'm not that kind of guy. But I feel like Guillermo del Toro probably was inspired by this movie. There's something I can almost just like in my head hear him being like, oh, like I love that.
Yeah.
It's great. But I'm telling you, like when you get into the castle, like all the fucking visuals in there are striking and awesome. And I don't want to say too much about it, but
It's awesome.
it's good stuff. Last thing I'll say, this isn't something that I watched, but this is coming up for the weekend. I bought the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K set.
Oh, nice.
nice.
I'm so pumped to watch all those movies this
Yeah.
weekend because I love those Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
I mean,
Me too, man.
they're all good. Ironically, I played they have a Nightmare on Elm Street meta game
Really?
for like the headset. It's
Yeah.
like they're like developed by like independent developers, and I was playing with a couple people last night, and like you have your microphone on and you're like talking with them, and they're like, "Hey man, you been in this game before? You know how to get out?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro." I'm like, somebody gave me the passcode.
Yeah.
So like some kid I was in this game with last night, Nightmare on Elm Street game. I was like, "Hey man," I'm like, that passcode thing doesn't work. He's like, "No man," he's like, "It works." He's like, "The passcode's 1985 because that's like when the film came out." And I'm like,
Nah, man.
It's actually 84.
That's
months.
not and I'm like, "Are you sure that's the right passcode?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's 1985." He's like, "It's written on the wall." He's like, and I'm like, "Where did you find this written on the wall?" I'm like, "How many times have you played this game?" He's like, "A ton, man. I've always escaped Krueger." Like, this is like a kid talking with me on this game. So I went and I put the passcode and it like gave me a key. I'm like, "Man," I'm like, "You have played this game for a while." He's like, "Yeah, man, I told you."
Yeah.
That's interesting that the game's wrong.
Yeah, the game
He put
is wrong.
1985. Yeah,
Yeah.
like which
1984, motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, well,
actually
I
coming
have
up
to tell
on
the
next
tell the
month
developers.
Next month is the is an anniversary. It's like 41 years.
It's a very interesting Nightmare on Elm Street game.
Yeah.
But it, hey, listen, I think it's cool that somebody made like a Nightmare on Elm Street like little independent metagame. I
Yeah.
refuse to play it on the headset because like there's definitely crazy pieces of the game, so I just
Right.
play it like over like on a screen.
Yeah.
So
What do you think? Did you see the previews for that new Halloween game that they're coming out
I've
with?
watched the trailer quite a few times. I mean, listen, if it's anything like Friday the 13th or like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Killer
Yeah.
Clowns from Outer Space, like they're all kind of in the same realm of how they're been created or developed. I think it's gonna be pretty awesome.
I think so too.
I mean, I'm still kind of bummed that like this whole thing with like Friday the 13th happened because
Yeah, man,
that game was
so
amazing.
It was a lot of fun.
So
A
good.
lot of fun. I mean that
I kicked a man into a fireplace and his head burned up.
yeah.
was
I mean,
like,
listen,
I feel
there's
alive.
so many cool things you can do with that game. And it's sad that these things happen where they have to like turn this. I mean, you could still play it like offline, but it's not the same. Like I feel like playing online was like so much fun.
Yeah.
So
It was the best.
It was the best.
Just even like if you wanted to mess with people, because I would
yeah.
I would just run through windows and jump through windows, and people are like, "You could open them," and I would just keep jumping through windows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I love talking with people like on online play. It's amazing. Just talking with other gamers. And listen,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like my son Carson. Like he's
Yeah.
a huge gamer. Like plays all the time. He plays these like he's in the meta universe, so he's like always wearing the headset. but like the trash talking has gotten so worse. Like it's like worse now than I think it's ever been like back in the day. And some of the mouths on the kids, I'm like, dude, we got to get out of this chat room. Like you cannot stay in this chat room.
Yeah.
This
No
kid,
way,
how old's that kid? Like 8? Listen to what he's saying. He's like kids I grew up with in Bangor. Like they're talking like Bangor kids. It's like,
wait, we talked like that. Yeah.
not as bad as some of the kids that were in the projects. Like I remember like just kids running out in the yard and the things that they would say. I'm like, man, look at this. This kid's like 4.
Yeah. What?
So
did he just say that?
But yeah, I'm sure that's going to be, not to get off on a crazy path, but I can't even imagine like how amazing that is going to be.
What?
The
Nightmare on Elm Street in the 4K
Yeah, man.
component of it's going to be amazing.
Especially since, like, I'm not exactly sure why, but they haven't done a lot with good transfers for that franchise, which
I
is
feel like they've gotten lazy though, not just with that franchise,
I
but a
think
lot
it's
of
a
transfers.
rights thing. Because like they
Yeah.
did like that Friday the 13th one, and it was banging. Like that was so much fun when that came out. Because I bought that box set, and I was just like,
because that's mostly
tracking
like
the
Paramount.
package. Yeah,
I think like Paramount really cares about their films
well,
and stuff
yeah.
too.
well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I know Paramount back when they were making those movies.
Yeah,
they were
did
so
not care about
no, they were horribly embarrassed because they like made them and they're like, this will be the last one. They're like, what? How much did that one make? God damn it!
Event Horizon has an amazing like transfer. Like it's awesome.
Yeah,
I think when you're a
great
fan of
movie.
a film, like A Nightmare on Elm Street should be perfect, right? Like that should be one you don't mess around with. But if it's like a film that no one like cares about, but you care about it,
yeah,
like that would be like if they released Blood Rain in like a nice 4K. As bad as that film is, like I still appreciate the film that it was made, so I would buy a really good copy of like the 4K.
I'll say this: the movie that we're eventually going to talk about, I bought the 4K for it, the one I watched last night, and it is one of the best looking 4Ks that I've seen. What did you watch?
Oh yeah. Really fast.
Sorry, we got
I'm
into
so
it.
sorry.
I'm
sorry.
We were going crazy.
Yeah, no, really fast. Yeah, I actually saw The Big Bold Beautiful Journey with Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie. It was really good. I really liked it. I rewatched The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox.
Cool.
Great film.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I forgot Dee Wallace was like awesome in that movie. She's so good in
Isn't
that movie.
Arlie Ermy in that?
Arlie Ermy.
I have a picture of him choking
She
me.
McBride is in it. But yeah, that movie is incredible. Jeffrey Combs is like
The man.
outstanding in that
man.
movie.
Yeah.
He's so good.
It's a great
He's-
actor.
Yeah, he's incredible. And then finally, well, I watched a couple of documentaries. Oh, that's so awesome. Rory just showed me a picture of Arlie Ermy. That's so cool.
Choking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I watched like a couple documentaries and stuff, and then
Nerd.
I watched a TV show that has been on my list, and it actually was on Tubi, and I was like, oh no way! I've been like dying to watch this show, and it's called Pistol, and it's all about the Sex Pistols and like the birth of like the Sex Pistols and like how they were formed, and by Malcolm McLaren. All the episodes are directed by Danny Boyle, which is awesome. Yeah, so he has like his touch on there, and like you could even see like traces of going into 28 years later, like the weird cuts into it and stuff. And then the alpha of 28 years later plays like a bodyguard at one point.
So it's like
Is that wild? Is that really cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
So but that show was so good. Like the guy that they had cast for Johnny Rotten and Sid Vicious, like those two, it was like one of the best castings I've ever seen, ever. Like, and it's really, really good. And so I watched. There's like 6 episodes on Tubi, and it's only one season, but it covers like the short lifespan that was like the Sex Pistols, because they only put out like that one record of the original band like lineup, which is so crazy how influential they were for only having like one album. It's so wild. But it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed it.
That's
and
awesome.
I also watched the movie we're covering today, which is The Crow.
Woo!
Which was picked by Adam Farley over here because, well, tell us the reason you picked the original Crow.
I mean, listen, I think, you guys have both known me long enough that I used to have a beef with the Crow. And I don't even think it was so much a beef with the Crow. It's more like James O'Barr.
Yeah, you
This,
did.
by the way, everybody, before Adam gets into this, this all
have to
hurts
redeem
me.
myself.
It hurts me deeply, because this is
all-
no kidding,
Yeah.
kidding. As long you could confirm this, as long as you've known
100%.
me, I'm a hardcore Crow enthusiast. This is one of
Yeah.
my all-timer movies. So I remember being in the car with you, and you're just like, this movie ripped off the Wraith. I'm like, no one fucking cares about that movie. You're like, when I meet James O'Barr, I'm gonna tell him off. I'm
And-
like,
and
the
Adam did.
the guy had a real hard life. You don't need to do that. Go on.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, so listen. I mean, I think so. My love hate with this film is I mean I love Brandon Lee. I love the film itself is a great film.
Oh, it's awesome,
I
yeah.
think somebody who was obsessed with the Wraith, they talk about it in the documentary for the Wraith, right? Mm-hmm. Like that James O'Barr definitely had some inspiration or some ties from creating the Crow from the Wraith, right?
Right.
If you look at the storyline for the Wraith, which is an 80s film with Charlie Sheen, if no one's seen it, right?
And the girl from Twin Peaks is in it too.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Josie Packard?
No.
Oh, looks like
Oh man, I can't think of her name. Cheryl Lynn Flynn,
Cheryl, thank you.
right?
Yes.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah. So again,
the Wraith?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Crow.
Oh no.
I was like, there actually is an actor from Twin Peaks in The Crow.
Is there?
I wrote him down. T-Bird.
Oh, T-Bird. Yeah.
David Patrick Kelly.
He was like the brother. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Jerry Horn.
Yeah, Jerry.
And I
Horn.
remember I was
Yeah.
watching the show, and I'm like, I know that fucking voice. Who is
It's
this?
funny because Audrey Horn is in The Wraith.
Yeah. And
Weird.
one of the
Weird.
And if you remember one of the gang members, so there's Tintin, Funboy, T-Bird, and Skank. And if you
Right.
remember, Skank was a character in the Wraith.
In The Wraith. Yeah.
So again, there's a lot of similarities. Again, for those that have watched the Wraith, he's killed, his character's killed, and basically the only real difference is you have a psycho, guy who's obsessed with her character, right?
Yeah.
In the movie, but he comes back for revenge and goes after all the gang members until he's
kills them one by one.
kills them one by one, and then frees her from kind of the
bad guy.
the bad guys, right? It's insane how similar. And the director of the Wraith talks about this, that James O'Barr definitely had some, even though he won't admit it. So
It was
again,
inspired,
we
maybe.
went to a
Yeah.
convention and I had the opportunity to meet James O'Barr and had him sign my Wraith DVD.
Yeah.
And he was so confused at the time. And listen, it's so funny because I was so young at the time, and I think being a fan of the Wraith, I was kind of bitter about it. But
Yeah.
this film has really grown on me over the years, and more so because of Bill Skarsgård, the remake of The Crow. I mean,
Yeah.
the remake of The Crow.
Did you watch it?
I'm never gonna watch that, EJ.
I think it.
I would rather
listen,
walk into traffic.
And listen, I think for people, it doesn't take away anything from the original Crow. They're two different films. They're.
Right.
If you ask
Why
ask
not
me,
make it into a different movie then?
No. It's still representing the Crow, but I think if you have ever seen James O'Barr's graphic novels, it's about as close as a character as you're going to get to the Crow. Bill Skarsgård's character
Yeah.
looks like the graphic novel
Yeah, he
versus
has,
with
the
the film.
mullet
Correct. Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing. Yeah.
pretty close to what that was portrayed. And I think I think if you're a newer fan of the Crow, that film made me go back and watch the original Crow and have a different respect for.
Because
Yeah,
that
Crow.
movie was so bad that a movie that you used to have issues with looked like a masterpiece. Thanks for proving my point, Adam.
So no, I think. Listen, I think.
I think it's awesome that the remake inspired him to go back to watch. the
Yeah, I
original.
mean, listen.
I mean, if that's how you got to get back to the original, sure.
I mean,
For the record, I will insert this one little piece here. In all honesty, I am a little harder on that film than I am other ones, only because I love the original one so much. That,
it's a beautiful. It's a beautiful film.
It's still a film that when I watch it, my eyes are perpetually welling when I watch it. I think it's just such a beautiful movie, and there's such
great
a
and there's
sadness to it, right?
There's a lot that has happened
Yeah.
within that film, right? Even with Brandon Lee and
But just like, yeah, and I think it all just gives it like this power. But like, I'm just so fucking sick of everything just having to be desecrated, you know?
yeah.
And like, I just like, you know, sometimes I think about like how I'm not going to be able to see all the movies that I want to see in my life. And that sometimes you can literally just say, I know that's not going to do anything for me. I know it's not going to do anything meaningful for me, but another film might. So why not give that film my time?
Yeah, I don't know.
And you know me, like I give everything
absolutely.
a chance, but sometimes you got to just draw a line and be like, okay, this is the one movie that I can just give a firm middle finger
There's
to.
a lot of scenes. And listen, how it all kind of came on is like I was watching Stars one night, and I was like, you know what? Halfway through, I'm like, let me just throw The Crow on. Not the original, the reboot.
The remake. Yeah.
And there are like two scenes in that film where, you know, the original Crow soundtrack is phenomenal, right? Like The Cure, like there's so many good, like Nine Inch Nails, like so many good components of that soundtrack. But they use Enya in the updated Crow film, which
I love that song
that
too.
scene where he becomes the Crow in the reboot is absolutely phenomenal. It's about as dark and goth that I've ever seen in a film. Outside of like, I'm nothing to take away from the original Crow, but Bill Skarsgård, right? That's how you say him, Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He absolutely crushes it in that film. And I won't ruin, like, if you do want to watch it, like the ending of the film is like John Wick on like times 70. Like it's like the ending of the film is incredible when he's going after these people, right? Like where he's now in that position. It's definitely worth the watch. It doesn't take, I could tell you, it doesn't take anything away from me from the original.
It does, and that's the thing. Like first of all,
It's a film.
First off, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I really mean that. I'm not like
Yeah.
And I'm definitely gonna watch it because you
have to
were
watch
like EJ, watch it.
And
so
I-
I'm
and I-
gonna-
I'm
I'm
the first to
gonna-
be like, this sucks.
and I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. I won't watch it.
Adam, I hate
No,
you.
and listen, that's okay, and I respect that because you're such a diehard fan of something that you don't want it to.
No, I just think that there comes a point where you're just like, why? Like, okay, you ask yourself the question, why am I watching something?
Right.
And sometimes you're like, oh, it's like I'm like you know, you think of yourself as like a cinephile, and you're like, well, I got to watch everything, right? And then you get to a point where you're like, but why? Like, why certain things? Like, if you know, like, to me, I feel like when you watch a movie, sometimes you get to go on a journey and you get this experience from it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you're in a lot of ways, like, taking something away from the film, and it does something cool. You can think about it. You can talk about with your friends. You can bond with people over it, right?
100%.
But like, then there comes a point where you look at something and you're like, I already know how I'm probably going to feel about this. So like, why give it my energy?
Yeah.
And it's like a certain point, I guess, you just come to in your life at some point where you're just like, I could fill my time with something that's actually going to elicit some feeling of inspiration or joy. So I just
Didn't want to.
Yeah, so I didn't go down that road. But I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, listen. I think it's like anything in life, right? Like I think about EJ and I taking a trip, and he's reading Harry Potter in an airplane as we're going. I'm like, dude, why are you reading Harry Potter? And you give me the book, and I was like totally against it, and then I read it, and then now I'm standing in line at Border Books for every other Harry Potter that came out in every film, right? Or most recently, like I was one that, like, I was thinking about Bill and Ted 3 the other day, and I was thinking, man, like, why the heck did they have Kid Cudi inside of this film, right? Like, I didn't know nothing about Kid Cudi.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, what he did. And, you know, Mariners are, you know, win the divisional series, and their song is Kid Cudi's Mr. Rager. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be like their theme song going into the playoffs. Like, definitely need to listen to it. Now, all of a sudden, I've been nonstop listening to Kid Cudi. I'm like, how have I gone this long without listening to this guy's music? Like, this is, and I was always like, to your point, like, never going to give that a chance, or like I could completely shut it down. But it's like those, and listen, you don't have to go, I'm not trying to inspire you to go watch the reboot of The Crow, but I'm saying, like, sometimes I think we do get in that mindset where we're like, never going to give this an opportunity. Yeah. And I'm guilty of it all the time. like for you guys both have known me for a long time. I'm the type that's like, I won't just. I'm like, nah, it's not going to interest me. And then all of a sudden I go and I'm like, then I'm obsessed with it.
See, this is a little different though. I'm not saying it's a thing where
Pursuit of Happiness.
I'm like,
that's such a good song.
Jam, yeah.
Yeah.
I tell everybody this all the time. Like, I watch everything. Like,
Yeah.
I just give everything a chance. Like,
You do.
There's things where people are like, this is the worst movie ever made. Like, sometimes I'm on Dave's show, the Real Chronicles. Sometimes I'm that weird outlier voice, right? Like, I'm the person that's just kind of like, they're like, oh, this movie sucks. And I'm like, actually, it's kind of rad.
good.
I had to defend the monsters the other day.
Yeah.
But, like, there are just certain times where I see things and I'm just like, if I'm not going to, I just have a feeling. Sometimes you have to trust your gut.
Yeah.
And my gut's
Yeah.
like, I don't think I'm going to really dig this much.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I respect
we'll
that.
understand it more as we go through this movie, which we should jump into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you watched the reboot, you liked the reboot, and now you want to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the
listen,
whole
I think
some of it.
so after, watching the reboot, I went back and I'm like, I'm going to watch the original Crow. And I've seen the original Crow before and I
Right.
never really had, it was nothing against the film itself. I think it was just, again, my beef with the Wraith at the time,
Dude.
my love for the Wraith.
I'll be straight up. I kind of hate on Pixar because I feel like every movie that they come out with
Yeah.
is always like a rip off of some other movie.
Yeah.
And and it's weird.
And it's okay to
because
be
I'm the only
inspired.
person that maybe feels this way about Pixar.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
Because everyone loves Pixar, but I do like. I'm always like, oh, Toy Story is like kind of a ripoff of Child's Play, or Monsters Inc. is a ripoff of Little Monsters with Howie Mandel.
right. There's always like inspiration, I think. And
Up is like a ripoff of La Maison Petite Cubes, and you know what I mean. And it's just like,
yeah. Music is the same way. Like in music is the same way. Like every song, if you really dissect it, is like the same C chord.
right?
Like,
No, that's
it's like every chord.
That's how like
we just transpose
Ed
up or
Sheeran
down.
won his case because
Yeah.
like every song kind of
Correct.
has this like way to like it goes into this kind of bridge or something.
Yeah.
He just played like, all right, name a pop song, and they did. So he played.
Yeah,
it. And then
absolutely.
He's like, okay, name another one. I'm like, okay, yeah, he didn't rip the song off. It was just part of the.
Yeah, I think what I love about, not to get off track, but I think what I love about The Crow is there's a theme.
That's on track.
Yes, it's on track. Yeah, there's a theme of love and loss,
Yeah.
which is I think is so vital, right? I think like this film, like there's the quote that's from the line. It's like real love is forever.
Yeah.
And that's such a powerful thing, right? I think
Transcends death.
yeah, it frames the whole film, right? I think like this is like the notes that I took on this, like it's at its core, it's not just a revenge movie, right? It's a love story about Eric and Shelley, who we'll dive into, right? And how love can endure beyond death. And I think, I think The Crow plays such a pivotal like role today versus like what's going on in the world. I think like the world needs love. Like
Yeah.
And I think watching this film again, I'm like, man, this film is so deep and has such a good theme to like the importance of love.
To build on what you're saying, because I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's like it's super powerful because
Right.
of how simple it does keep things. It's like the basic, like when you watch the movie, you're never sitting there looking at those scumbags being like, well, you really have to see where they're coming from. Like
Right.
they are evil. Eric is a form of, you won't even say that he's good. He's justice.
Yeah.
And like his relationship with Shelley, I was always moved by it because like throughout the entire film, you never see him react so much to what happened to him. Like you never see him like
Correct.
very angry about that. He really reacts like in such a very powerful way whenever he thinks about them putting his hands on Shelley.
Yeah.
Or like when they speak ill of her, like that's when like that anger and that rage comes out because he just loves her so profoundly. So it's sort of like this like the simplistic things of like love and hate and good and evil
Right.
and justice. And I think that's why like when you watch it, you can just respond to it because today's world, it's all so muddied up.
It is for sure. And I think this film is more powerful today. Like watching it today,
It
I
is,
think
I
it's
agree.
so much more powerful today than sitting on our couch back in the 90s watching this film, or even in like early 2000s, like when you went back to rewatch it. I think it plays such a role, and I think you said it best. Like it's revenge is justice, not vengeance, right? Like versus vengeance, like it's justice,
Yeah.
right? Like it's more so.
Yeah, because people always say it's like a revenge story, but
No,
I'm like, no, man, he's just
absolutely not.
bringing justice to like two people who like literally embodied love. There's moments in it that are just so like beautiful. Like I love their relationship with Sarah.
Yeah.
Like, they just see Sarah as like this lost kid with a shitty mom, or like
Right.
a lost mother.
Yeah.
And they just bring her in and they take care of her. Their whole like that scene, like when Shelley like burns dinner and he's just
Yep.
kind of like restaurant, like he's just kind of like
Yeah.
Restaurant.
yeah, he's just kind of like,
I
yeah,
actually
we're going.
love that.
Yeah, it's just wonderful because it's like two people that like truly do love each other, and they had like this whole future that got taken from them by people who just did it because they were like cruel and just like just basically would like succumb to some awful form of hate throughout the course of their life, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just like bringers of destruction and they revel in it. Like they love the horrible things that they do to people. They celebrate it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like what's sort of tragic about it. I guess it's also sort of tragic in real life too, because like I know Brandon Lee was engaged to be
Yes,
married.
yeah.
Eliza, I think her name was.
Crazy story.
Yeah.
And like just the fact that like even like their life was taken from them from a meaningless act. I guess it kind of gives the meaningless act in the film a little bit more power, But we should jump into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
All right. Yeah. So today we're talking about The Crow, which came out in 1994.
Made in 93, shelved for a little while because they were rightfully concerned about whether it was right to release it. I guess the family was like, no, like he was super proud of this.
film.
Like he would
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
you to see it. And so it was released in 94.
Yeah. So the film starts off in October of. Oh wait, no, it starts off October 30th, Devil's Night, and the city is basically on fire. And we get a voiceover from
Can we
Sarah.
talk about just how fucking remarkable the production design is for this movie?
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
some
like
of
the
it-
city design is insane.
Yeah, because
in
like some of
this.
it's like
The whole
models.
opening is amazing.
Yeah, like that red sky. Like I know it's like kind of like miniatures. Like some
Yeah.
of it's just like set, and then just that there's like some visual effects that they have there too of like
Right, the
fires in the
fires.
background and stuff, and
Yeah.
you're sort of like soaring
through
from
the city.
air. It's like a POV.
skyline.
Yeah, and it's just so like you just look at it and you're like, oh, like we're in a world. There's 3 movies that came out in close proximity to each other that had this type of style. It was like Batman '89,
Mm-hmm.
The Crow, and Dark City.
Oh yeah, I love Dark City.
Yeah,
That's a
Dark
good
City
one.
rocks. But like those movies, they had like this production design. It's like this like
Gothic,
like just dystopian
gothic
thing.
grunge,
Yeah.
Crime everywhere,
Yeah.
chaos, arson.
And boy, and it's like and then like the movies, this movie at the very least, is very like noir-esque.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I guess you could credit Batman because it came first, like the superhero.
Anton Furst, was that his name?
The
The guy who did the production design on that flick.
Yeah, so like Batman came out and there was like this dark grittiness, and then I think that kind of like went right into the 90s where all this stuff started coming out. Like you had Spawn,
Yeah,
right,
which
which
is
kind
awesome,
of
by
had
the
like
way.
a very similar kind of story to The Crow, a little darker in
A little darker
terms,
and that
of
was
certain
very
things.
well done. And
Yeah.
people used to knock that. I'm like, man, Spawn's amazing.
The movie only sucks if you saw the cartoon first. The
Yeah.
cartoon is like a work of art.
yeah, it is. Yeah, very well done.
The movie's a little schlocky, but it's like still enjoyable. You know
Still,
what I mean?
yeah, still enjoyable for sure.
And then you have like all these other things that started coming out that felt like The Crow or Batman '89, which would have been like The Matrix has like elements of The Crow. Like,
Oh, sure.
I feel like Neo kind of dresses like him.
He does.
You know what I mean?
agree.
Like,
there's
with
it's
that, like,
definitely
tight-
inspiration
well,
there.
Black.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this because like I think
They put leather on the map.
They did.
I think
They're on the map. Make a
think-
note of that, Rory.
I think Eric Draven is one of the greatest character designs ever. There's just points when I'm like seeing him walking around or like just playing guitar, and I'm like, that is one of the coolest looking characters ever. So I can totally see like filmmakers watching this movie and being like, I need to put my guy in a trench coat.
Yeah.
He needs to wear all black and have like that cool rocker hair. Like, like Eric Draven.
Underworld, I feel like takes
for
from
sure.
this. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
But I think of all those movies, I mean, this is just a preference. I get it. But of all those movies, that style works the best in this movie for me personally.
Yeah.
I think it's just like that right amount of everything.
Absolutely. So yeah, we hear this voiceover from Sarah who gives you like kind of like the history on the spirit of the crow and why the crow itself kind of represents like love and vengeance and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then we cut to these detectives at Eric Draven's house and Shelley Webster's apartment. I mean, and this crime scene occurred, and you could see it. It's just like the apartment is trashed. There's a dead body outside, which is Eric Draven, who was like thrown from the window. Shelley's laying on the floor, barely holding on, and we see Sergeant Albrecht, played by Ernie Hudson.
Can we just say the
is great in this?
The great Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, he's so good in this.
He's the
Yeah,
man.
Honestly, like I know a lot of people when they see Ernie Hudson, they immediately go Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
But this is like my Ernie Hudson movie. Like this is my favorite thing they did. I went to
I like Conga.
Congo's pretty good.
Also, A Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Yeah,
Is also being rebooted.
Oh, is it?
And it honestly looks, I gotta say, it looks amazing.
I heard Bill Skarsgård's playing.
Micaiah Monroe, is that how you say her name?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Micah
girl from It
Monroe.
Follows.
But she's
Yeah.
playing the new character.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Hey, Adam, I heard that Bill Skarsgård's going to actually play the Cradle.
Listen, I love that man in anything.
Maybe he'll
so
make
I
you
would
watch. He'll make you watch.
I would
the
watch
original.
him. I just watched a movie with him and Anthony Hopkins where he like tries to steal the car.
Oh yeah, Locked.
Yeah,
or whatever it was
awesome.
called.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was. I mean, it's very like drawn out. Not to get off our topic, but it was very drawn out film. But it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Quick little side thing with Ernie Hudson. He was at a Monster Mania, and I'm like getting ready to talk to him, and I'm just sitting there thinking like, do not talk to this man about Ghostbusters because I'm sure he's just heard everything at this point.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But I didn't even want to. I got up to him and I just immediately like wanted to talk to him about The Crow, but I wanted to like kind of not be too aggressive with it because I didn't want to get him upset. But he immediately went into it with me, which was really nice because like I was just telling him like how big of a fan I am of this movie and how there was this like good year or two where like all I wanted to talk about was this movie when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And he was like telling me that there was this point where I guess he was feeling like really low at this point in his career because like he wasn't getting as many roles and he was kind of worried about his future as an actor. And he said that Brandon Lee sat him down and was giving him this like hopeful, like optimistic speech about how he's like such a great actor and that like, you know, just like hang in there and like, you know, everything is going to be okay and it's going to work out for him. And then it was like the next day or a couple of days later is when he died on the set, Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was just so hard because he's like, you know, he's telling me like this like actor that's, you know, feeling bad for themselves about like, you know, the future, and he's this young guy, he's so talented and passionate, and he had like this whole life ahead of him, and he just, you know, had that happen to him. And it really is just like one of those stupid things. It just makes me feel like so sad every time I think about it, like what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Insane. And listen, I didn't get a chance to meet him. I remember you had him leave me a voicemail
Yeah.
and get me an autograph.
Yeah.
I love Ernie Hudson. He's one of my favorite Ghostbusters, and
He's
in so many enjoyable films. And I was literally just talking about him last night because I went back to watch like the trailer for like the Lifetime movie of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I used to watch The Hand That Rocks the Cradle with my mom like all the time because it was like always on Lifetime, and it was such a good film. So I like was reminding Mindy last time, like, do you remember this film? So we watched the trailer. She's like, oh my God, like, yeah, I remember this film. I'm like, Ernie Hudson's in this film. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, he plays a gentleman with a disability. Like,
Yeah.
and she was like, oh my God, like, didn't realize he was in this film. So then I'm like, yeah, I'm like, remember EJ like had him leave me a voicemail and got me an autograph. And it was like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't go to the convention. So thank you.
You're
that's my
welcome.
Ernie Hudson story.
You're welcome. No, yeah, he's an awesome, just like the coolest dude.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's
Yeah.
aging
Yeah.
real well, too.
He is.
Yeah.
He was in that
He is,
last
like-
Ghostbusters movie, and I was just kind of like, why is that guy not aging?
He
They
just
talk
stopped.
about that like he's a great looking guy. He's great genes for sure.
One
Yeah.
quick thing before we go forward, just a little note. The score in this movie, one of those scores that
It
completely
just sucks.
yeah, it sucks. No, it
No, it's
really
so good.
it really captures the tone perfectly. Like I can't imagine any other piece of music accompanying this. Like I think that all the
No.
music and even just the soundtrack
The soundtrack
is perfect.
Soundtrack is
But-
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the score itself, like a
So
lot
many
of the
good musicians.
some of the quieter moments in it, it's like so like beautifully melancholic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something special.
Yeah, absolutely. So we get where Sarah kind of shows up and she sees the shape that Shelley's in, and she sees that Albrecht kind of lies about what happened to Eric for Shelley's sake, and so Sarah
Sarah's
kind of
sake?
yeah.
There's Shelley when he was like,
Shelley,
"Where's
yeah, he's
Eric?"
like,
and
he's like, oh, don't worry, he's on
He's
his way
fine.
too, yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, and so Sarah, he's like, oh, don't worry, she's gonna be okay. He's like, are you lying to me too? And then you could just see like he was trying to just comfort them, which maybe wasn't the best. Like he was doing what he thought was the best. At
Yeah,
the
I mean
time.
it's a hard
Yeah.
situation to be in. I mean, like you don't want to just say like, "Sorry, kid,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
friend's dead."
Yeah. So we cut to 1 year later, and we see that Sarah goes to the graves of Shelley and Eric,
And that cemetery
and that cemetery,
is
right?
like the coolest looking thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like right out of a storybook.
And it looks straight out of a comic. Like it looks so good.
And the
so
crows are
beautiful.
real, by the way. Like they're like these days, like
Oh,
I feel
right.
like
It would have been a CGI crow.
crows would have been CGI.
Do you
Yeah.
know that crow won an Oscar for this movie?
Hey, listen, I believe that.
I saw him go up on. He flew up on the stage. Yeah, he said "caw" into the mic a few times, and then he picked up the Oscar with his little feet, and then he flew away.
Yeah.
They said
Yeah.
it was the shortest.
One
most
thing that
effective.
all films did good back in the 90s, early 80s, probably even 70s, even dating further back, right?
Who
Like
knows? Yeah.
there was just like you used like
Animal trainers.
you use like
that
like
actually could
actual
train.
animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like you sat there with a camera until you found the perfect shot of an animal doing something. Where
Yeah,
you're
they,
like,
Yeah.
we're gonna use
they almost killed themselves getting some performances out of Kong.
this. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to train that guy.
He was pretty wild.
It was real hard to
Yeah.
work with. Apparently.
Listen, there's no film like Congo. I mean that film was that set the stage for all animal actors.
So Sarah runs, and she meets up with Albrecht at the hot dog stand, and he buys her a hot dog, and they kind of like snack.
But she's a genuine hot dogger.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, if you hot dogs with like mustard, you fart. Is that
I
what
knew
she
you were going to
says?
comment on that. I knew you were coming in.
I was
with
like,
that
why
one.
was she?
Was
I
that
don't
in your
know.
notes?
Yeah, that was in my notes.
It was.
I was like, I got it. She mentioned fart. I gotta mention it.
As far as that note went, you zigged when you should have zagged.
I should have zagged. Yeah. That's so good. So at the cemetery, Eric comes back from the grave. We see that the crow kind of lands on his tombstone and is like pecking at the top
is
of the.
that?
Yeah, I was like, "This is tombstone
Hey,
made
wait,
out of wood."
wait, let's do a thing. Hey,
Hey.
L. Snow, is there anything anywhere that says that if a crow pecks at your grave, you come back to life?
That's what happens.
Yeah, look into that for me, please.
And it's funny because when he was pecking at the grave, it was like chipping away.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it made out of wood? Like, what's going on? Like, why is it?
No, that's
it
how
looks like
strong
stone.
that crow is, man.
So,
The rainy, the rainy, what's this, Detroit, right?
yeah.
Yes, Detroit.
Yeah, like the rain, it seems like it's raining all the time, despite what Eric says.
I know. What a
Can't
liar.
rain all the time, but it seems like it is.
In that film, it is for sure.
But
Yeah,
it really gives the movie like a mood. I'm telling you, like it's got like a very like noir type of thing to it. Mm-hmm. You know,
I actually made a note of that. It's like that called like the Gotham urban atmosphere,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So there's like
it looks
it's
so good.
gritty, rain-soaked, styled in a way like the Detroit backdrop feels like a character in itself.
it is. Yeah, I agree,
Right?
man. This is one of those things like the Detroit 100% is a character.
Yeah,
Yeah, the city
100%.
feels like
It's broken. It's violent. It's like
it's weird.
like
'cause,
RoboCop did that as well. They made it like very.
they made their Detroit very lived in
Yeah.
and very like
Freeze dirtbag.
you
Yeah.
knew the area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's what this movie does really well. Like some movies, it just
RoboCop was
feels
like
like a city.
the Crow when it was light out.
Right. Yeah.
Right,
Actually, Detroit during the day, it's
Correct.
RoboCop. At night, it's the Crow.
Yeah, 100%.
What's going on in that world?
You would see Clarence Weatherspoon or what's his name? Clarence.
Boddicker?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Boddicker.
Just give me
What'd you call him?
give me
Weatherspoon?
Weatherspoon. Yes.
Jesus.
No, Clarence. He probably is like down the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like doing his own thing. Yeah.
He's like,
Whenever
they actually all were frequent at the same bar.
yeah, that's
The
it.
Goon Bar.
there's a scene. There's a scene where
Probably weren't, like,
there's a scene where Terrence Boddicker is sitting with a bunch of women, and then T-Bird walks in. and He goes, "Bitches leave."
yeah,
Bitches leave.
I'd buy that for $1.
I remember you. I work for OCP. So we see where Eric is being guided by the crow that was over his grave. Meanwhile,
I like the pain that he seems to be in with resurrection. It's not like a thing where he just bursts out of the ground and he's ready
he's like,
to go.
I feel great.
Yeah, like he's just kind of
He's, like,
like
feeling
he's like
all the pain.
screaming, and it's all like
feel like
the agony of being pushed back into the skin or
Yeah,
something.
it's like being
your soul-
born.
like your soul,
Reborn.
It's like
Yeah.
your soul's being like stuffed back into, as Donnie Darko would say, like the man suit.
Yeah.
And it's probably just like that pain of like all that stuff that he probably hasn't had to deal with in a while. The pain of the body, like
Right.
the rigor mortis, all that shit coming back.
Yeah.
That's always very like powerful to me.
Right.
But I don't really have friends.
I think there's also too. I think just the idea, like the logic behind, I guess you would call it, like the symbol of the crow, right? Like the whole point of that is like the symbol of death, the passageway guiding his soul back, right? Like the crows help guide the soul, right?
Yeah.
They originally guide the soul to the land of the dead, right? Like they carry the soul. So I've always liked that. I think it's like it's a pretty neat thing. I think as you get older and you think more about these things, like what happens after like we were here, like is there, like there's got to be something, right? Like I always tell people, like you got to believe in something. Like if you're not a religious person and you don't go to church, that's okay, but you got to believe that there is something.
I
So
think
if you
there's
can-
a crow.
I think so too. I think a
you
bird's
think that
gonna
there's a
carry me
crow
around.
that carries you to the land of the dead, or carries your soul. Like there's something interesting and cool about that concept.
The mythology of
Yeah.
the crow universe.
And ironically, Mindy and I went to Philly to, just go hang out. We were going to go to a concert, and the concert ended up getting canceled, so we just made a day out of it. And we went to an art show, and I met this guy. His name was Bob, ironically, which is crazy, but he painted crows. And and I think I was texting you about this.
Yeah.
Remember I was telling you
Yeah,
about
you're like,
this?
Yo, dude, yeah.
And I'm like, it's just so crazy because like I was like his story behind him painting these crows was he lived in New Jersey, and when he was a young boy, he used to always sit outside and he would see all these like crows flying around, and like it reminded him of his childhood. So he paints crows. And when I went to the art show, like there was all these crows. I'm like, man, these crows are amazing. And he was telling me like the reason why he painted them and stuff. But then, like, when I went back home, like, we always have crows that are flying around, like, in the mountains. Like, they're always there. And it's just, all of a sudden now, you're watching the crows, seeing the crows, this guy telling a story about the crows. There's just something interesting about crows. And they just kind of, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of interested in crows now. Like,
Apparently.
it's crazy. But there's something interesting in, like, when you...
think Adam's got a problem.
I got a problem, but if you really go, I do. I got tons of problems. But if you dig into, just like do a little research on crows, and it's amazing the things that you will find out about these types of birds. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
And I love that that's like portrayed, like this kind of like mythical component of crows and what they represent. It's pretty wild when you get deep into it.
I'm glad that was great. All that. I had like 4 pages of notes on farts.
Just come lock
you actually got really
Ladies and gentlemen, he
spiritual.
does.
Like, hey guys, Farley's getting into crows lately.
He's in the crows,
Somebody
man.
come lock him up.
So we see
He's actually dressed as a crow right now. It's real weird.
we see T-Bird in the gang kind of setting off some explosions, and that's when they all like fly by, and Albrecht goes to check out the explosion that just happened.
They're blasting Stone Temple Pilots.
What
Yeah.
names, by the way, right? Like the names, like
Yeah, T-Bird.
Tintin,
Oh, there's T-Bird,
Funboy.
Tintin, Funboy, Skank,
Skank,
there's
Top Dollar.
Top Dollar.
Top Dollar.
Yeah, no, it's funny because T-Bird, I think of like Grease. Tintin, I think
Dun,
of
dun,
Ren
dun,
Tintin.
dun, dun.
Yeah, The Adventures of Tintin.
I got you.
So Eric returns home to his old apartment, and he starts to see all the horrible flashbacks of what actually happened to him and Shelley. Also, we see his cat, Gabriel.
Thank you for bringing up Gabriel because you want to
There's
talk
the
about
cat.
a good performance.
That was pretty good.
Gabriel's a good cat actor.
He's like, "You're still alive."
Motherfucker, why don't you
Yeah.
feed me? Is what he said to him.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I'm
But you
still
know,
alive."
animals, like if that really happened, like they would like be there right there by your side. Like,
Yeah.
that's the cool thing, like that I love about like dogs and cats. Like if that was really happening, your dog would be like, "You're back." Like you're
Yeah.
still my best friend.
Adam's
like,
gonna
oh my
go on
God.
about
Oh my
dogs now. No, dude, I agree. I that's actually one of the things I really like about Eric in this movie. Also, is that he's not supposed to help people, but he takes care of the cat.
Yeah.
Like he, there's like a point where like the camera's kind of like booming up, and you see like Gabriel chowing down on a can of Friskies or something. And I'm like, he's
Yeah.
fucking feeding that cat.
Yeah.
I love Eric Draven.
He's awesome. So we then cut to some of the guys who committed the crime, right? And who are talking about how they love Devil's Night. And then we cut back to Eric, who is
Wait,
having...
are we talking? Did we go past the fire it up? Fire it up.
Yeah.
You can't go past that.
Oh, I mean, they were just yelling fire. it
They're
up.
like, you're,
Fire it up.
they're yeah. You kind of get
They're
a
all
sense.
write it up.
You get a sense of who all the dirtbags are. They're all sitting
Right.
at tables, swallowing bullets.
Yeah. Oh, trying to like put guns in each other's faces.
Yeah, man. They're
Yeah.
like you get a sense that they're like willing to kill each other. That's how fucking depraved and crazy they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
They're
I
like a
agree with you.
dangerous group. I think that scene establishes.
I feel like
the
I could see
wildness.
myself hanging out with these guys.
Well,
They probably would let you hang out with
Yeah.
them.
I actually met
You might
EJ
actually
on
change
a-
their life when they turn around.
No, I met EJ on a Devil's Night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he was-
I was like, fire it up,
Fire
fire
it
it up.
up.
So,
You guys hear about what onions make you do?
so Eric has more flashes of the life he had, and with Sarah, and we got that cool Annie Hall scene where she like burns. No, she doesn't have lobsters. She
does.
but she does burn the food, and he's like, oh, restaurant.
Which again, it's
love
very
that,
it's
actually.
very
Their
their relationship. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like you just see like how much he loves her.
Yeah.
yeah, and then
I also like that it shows that she's like not great at cooking.
Right.
Like I like this because like you only ever get to experience Shelley in flashbacks.
Yeah.
There's like a moment at the very end where you get to see her for like a minute, but so much of her is shown in flashbacks, and she's not like she's depicted very like human, which
Yeah.
I really like.
yeah, she's like a real piece of shit.
No, dude, it's. I think it's like it's kind of this awesome thing because I had a debate with somebody the one time about they were like saying that like you never really get to understand why he like loves her so much because you never get to see her as a character, and I'm like, no, it's like you see his memories and you feel the weight of those memories and like what it does to him not to have her anymore. Just the fact that again, like that the anger and the rage that he's feeling is coming from the fact that those guys ever made her feel fear or put their hands on her. Like,
Yeah.
I completely understand like his grief from those little memories that you probably would have in your own life if something like that happened, like those good times.
Yeah,
Well, I think
Absolutely.
it's Sarah, right? The
Yeah.
girl. She says in the film like buildings will burn, people will die, but real love is forever. Like
Yeah.
that like kind of sets the stage, right? Like
Absolutely.
to Rory's point, like it's a meditation on whether vengeance can bring peace or it only feeds this cycle of violence.
yeah.
In this case, it's all peace.
It's all peace.
Yeah, man, it's all. That's what again.
Right.
It's so simplistic in that sense where it's just sort of like you do something evil and then
Yeah, he's just targeting the people that are directly responsible
like
for.
he's
Right.
not
He's
well.
he's coming in to feed his cat. Like he knows he's been
He-
brutally
he's
murdered, but he's
playing
going to
the-
feed his cat, and he's going to do whatever he needs to do. But
Yeah.
he's just going to go target the people that literally like brutally murdered him and are hurting Shelley.
Well, his first thing, he made the mistake of listening to The Cure, would kind of like set him off.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause
listen.
he puts on Burn by The Cure.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to put on the makeup of Sting, the wrestler.
Speaking of speaking of soundtracks, real quick, since we're on the topic of The Crow, which has
Yeah.
an amazing soundtrack, and you're going to be watching something very special at midnight.
So emo.
If you had to decide between listening all the time to the Donnie Darko soundtrack or the Crow soundtrack, what would you choose?
I think, I mean, it would be the Crow.
The Crow.
Donnie
really?
Darko, I think, has like a very haunting score. It's actually one of my favorite scores in any movie. But the fucking soundtrack to this movie's rad. There's like a nice variety of like cool 90s music on there. Yeah. That 9 Inch Nails song is like really rad.
good, too.
I love that.
Yeah, the 9 Inch Nails
Big
song is
Empty
awesome.
from Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
I sang that at your 40th birthday party. Ed.
That's right. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Took
a lot
my
of
clothes
great.
off and it ruined a night for everybody.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. No, so he puts on The Cure, Burn, and
Yeah.
he starts to
It's a great song,
dress
by the
up
way.
like Sting, the wrestler. No,
Actually, I
I'm just
think
kidding.
Sting dressed up
Sting
like him,
definitely
right?
stole that from the Crow.
we're gonna need Sting to call in and confirm.
Did he ever have to pay like a
That's why I always
fee
wondered
for that?
if he
Because
was
I mean, like
he like straight up took the makeup.
It's basically the
And
Crow in wrestling.
He didn't have a crow. He had like a vulture with like a little
Yeah, but
like,
it's
bird
definitely the
mask
Crow.
on, and he would be like up in the rafters.
The Crow City of Angels was actually about that.
Oh yeah,
It was like Eric
Did,
came back
did Eddie
after
Furlong
Sting.
have to pay a fee for being a terrible crow?
yeah.
He actually
should have.
He actually had to pay the producers to be in that pile of
in that-
crap.
my
It's
God.
like, please just put me in something.
Oh, we'll talk about the sequels
Yeah, we
in a
will.
second because I actually do want to bring up the sequels.
Yeah, I mean they are. It's an interesting conversation. I think.
Yes,
Go on.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
So at the local pawn shop, we see Tintin, and he's trying to pawn off some of the clearly stolen jewelry that's has like blood on it still.
Mr. Gideon,
It's a Mr. Gideon.
who is a wonderful actor to hire if you're looking for like a scumbag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
he's actually-
it's like Dennis Franz.
That's
or
the dude that's in
something.
the alleyway.
No,
No,
the
no.
pawn shop owner.
Oh, the pawn shop
The
owner.
guy's
Sorry,
just
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
like-
got it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
He's
in.
like a bad stereotype of a pawn shop owner.
He's also in.
What's that pawn shop guy look like? Him.
Yeah. He looks like a guy that would work in a pawn shop. But
Yeah.
he's also in Miller's Crossing.
Oh, okay.
And just
Is he a pawn shop owner?
he is.
That's it?
He
Oh
is.
my god.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only kind of work you could get back.
Didn't you
then.
see that guy in the Washington Street malls when you went to Cape May?
Yeah.
He's just like
He
in
was
one
just-
store. He's like, "Hey, buddy, come over here.
Hey, try my
You
peanut
want a
butter.
necklace?
You want a necklace? It goes good with this peanut
You
butter.
want a seashell necklace?"
It goes good with this peanut butter.
Each one of these,
Really pushing this peanut butter.
What's in this?
each one of these seashells is a life you help destroy.
I'll like you
You're
up
like throwing them
destroy.
at him.
If you put it by your ear, you can hear the ocean.
You can hear the ocean. Plus, we got peanut butter. So the girl spots Tintin and leads Eric to him, right? So Eric, through the crow, can see
Which is really cool, by the
things.
way.
Yeah, you see the link.
He's a guide.
Yeah, he's like his guide now. And so the crow spots Tintin and it leads Eric to him. So we see where Eric is running across the rooftops and 9 Inch Nails is playing. And it's such a
Awesome.
cool scene.
It's so cool.
Which we've seen, like, it's so funny because this did it first, but then you've seen so many movies after this.
Sam
where-
Raimi's Spider-Man.
Yeah, like,
And how cool, by the way, like 9 Inch Nails, 1994, 93-ish, if you want to call it, because of the film's pushback, right? But like early 90s, and now they're streamlining the whole Tron Ares production, and the soundtrack is really awesome.
I know.
Really cool. I'm curious to see how it's going to play in the film, but I think it's cool that like back then they were a part of a film that still holds up to this day, and here they are now, still so many years later.
Yeah, Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor
Crushing it.
have been
Absolutely
like killing
crushing
it
it.
because they've
Yeah.
done like social net. Well, all the like David Fincher
I would love to
films,
see them
basically.
in concert. My God, like their
Yeah,
setup
that'd be
is
really
so
rad.
simple and
Yeah.
easy, but like for me being like the keyboard synth, like just the way their production setup is like I can't even imagine.
There's they're in an episode of Twin Peaks as Nine
And I
Inch
know you
Nails.
love Twin Peaks.
I do.
Yeah.
I never stop talking about it.
did-
Yeah, they're like in an episode, and this fucking song they're playing, man, it's so rad.
I feel like they haven't aged either.
No,
Like,
I
it's
feel
the
like Trent
same.
Reznor looks the
It's the same,
same,
right?
man.
Like-
yeah, you just like cut his hair, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I buy it, whatever.
Buy that for $1.
Yeah,
But I thought it was
buy
cool
that
when
for
Eric's like
$1.
running across. He's like, "I want to avenge you like an animal." The
Hate to
crow,
see
by
you
the
do
way.
The crow
he's-
just flies away. He's like, I'm getting out of here.
What? So Eric faces off against Tintin and reminds Tintin who he is. Victims, aren't we all?
Did-
You
I
know?
like
I
when-
love that.
That's a great like that.
Yeah.
That whole scene, and that's in the alleyway, right? Like,
yeah,
when
that's
he's-
the alleyway.
Like
yeah.
that whole scene is like phenomenal. Again, the rain. It's everything is like wet and saturated.
Dude, when he's like approaching him, there's like a wide shot of him, and you kind of see like the fire from the trash can and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just coming at him. Eric looks amazing.
Amazing.
I like the
Yeah.
first time they have any kind of a physical altercation. Tintin punches Eric in the face, and Eric does this kind of like smiling thing. He
Yeah.
like bobs his head in this like really fucking rad way.
I like how he goes, "I never miss Tintin," right? And he throws like 4 knives and misses them.
Yeah.
Single
We
one.
never miss.
I like the dialogue in that scene when he like has him on the ground and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you like remember me, but
I'm
you
sure
really
you'll
murdered-"
remember.
Like he's like talking to him about how he murdered like Shelley.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, of course, mouthing off to him and stuff. But like
Right.
that whole there's no music. It's just a straight like us talking dialogue, and you just hear like the water around you, and like just the sound, like the sounds of like what's happening in that scene. It is so surreal. It's like such a it almost like if we walked down an alleyway right now,
Yeah.
and literally heard 2 people fighting with each other. It's almost that real. That's a very cool scene.
That's the
Yeah.
cool thing is that you
The
should
sound design is like
It's amazing.
Excellent.
you,
yeah.
you
100%.
You should strip down everything in a moment like that because it is like a really important moment, and
Yeah.
you don't want there to be like a score. Or
Don't you
anything
feel like
that.
filmmakers miss the mark on that these
Yeah,
days?
they do.
Yeah.
They
Like we
don't
feel like everything needs to have a piece of music in it, or like
Yeah,
a score. Like
a
we
little
can't
bit,
just
yeah.
have
just the sound of the rain falling and
Right.
having like that echo.
100%.
There's two
So
things,
good.
man. It's like that exchange that they have. It's more of like an intimate thing, so you really
Right.
do need to scale everything back so that it lands correctly.
Yep.
But also, it kind of goes back to what I was saying before. That's one of those moments when Tintin's talking about what he did to Shelley.
Yeah.
And it's like literally like he's punching Eric in the face without having to
100%.
touch him. He just feels like so like I don't know. It's like he's just hurting him. Like he's sick by the thought of
But
it.
Eric's response to that too.
He slaps him in the face.
Yeah, it's like it's so real. It's not. It's that scene is very interesting, and I remember like rewatching this like 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, I'm like, that's like a real scene. That's
Yeah.
like a real.
Yeah, man.
It's interesting because when you watch films, it just seems like far fetched now. It's like it just feels like acting. Like there's like music behind it, and like it's like it's not the same. So that's a really cool direction in the film.
Yeah,
between
I feel like
Brandon Lee and like that character that's playing Tintin.
yeah, it's like super effective to really like strip it down to just
Yeah,
like
it's very
the
real.
echoes of the rain on like the dumpsters and like the street, and it
Yeah.
just has that like you just hear that shh and them having this dialogue in this moment,
And you're picking up on all those sounds.
really
like the
sells it.
hitting,
Yeah.
things hitting, like things falling. Like even the scene where he like falls down and he like lands, like you're just getting
Yeah.
all that like real sound. It's amazing.
so good.
It's
Yeah.
cool too because like that really brings everything down to the reason that Eric is there.
Right.
It's like all the cool like running across rooftops
Yeah.
and like playing like guitar on rooftops and stuff. Like it's great, but those moments that are the most important are him facing the people that took the life he was supposed to live away from him.
Yeah,
With the person
absolutely.
that he loved. Go on.
Yeah, so at the local club, we see one T-Bird. He's going to check in with Tony Todd, and
Who looks great.
who looks great in this
Totally
movie.
forgot that he was in that film.
forgot
Like when
about
I
it, too.
rewatch it, I'm like, wait, is that Tony Todd?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I forgot.
There's
he
so
was
many
in
other
this.
conversations
Yeah.
I could have had when I met that man. Like even thinking about The Crow. Like I think sometimes
Yeah.
we forget, right? Like
I know he's like he was in everything, like so many great movies.
Rightfully so. In this movie, it's cool.
Awesome.
It's cool in this movie because he has these glasses on, and sometimes the light is hitting him in a way where it's like you can't see his eyes, and it's kind of indicating that there's like a lack of humanity to that character because he's like a henchman.
Yeah,
he kind of gets like shit done for top dollar, but
Yeah.
it reminds me a little bit of Sin City.
I can't wait to talk about Top Dollar next.
Yeah, the greatest
okay,
speaking voice in all of film history.
So Top Dollar. So we get to know that these guys work for a guy named Top Dollar, and he has like, oh man, this is complicated. So he has a relationship with his sister. Like they have the same father, but they're like intimate. Like they're freaks in the sheets, and like, they kill a girl because they like sexed her up too much, basically.
Yeah, they couldn't handle him cutting her eyes out, I guess.
Yeah, something. She's like, oh, she has beautiful eyes. But I was like, I forgot they had like this incest relationship. And I was like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Did you remember that?
I don't remember that.
You watched it more recently
Yeah.
than we have.
Yeah.
But when were you like, when did that register? You're like, that's his sister?
I just noticed I was getting real hot during it. No.
Oh,
no. I think it's another one of those things before when I used the word depraved to describe the scumbags in this.
Yeah.
These characters
Top
are
Dollar.
all. No, he is. He's one of those
Yeah.
villains I really like. He's like he kind of looks elegant, but he's just like
He looks like he's
darkness
straight out of
personified.
like Interview with the Vampire.
I think he looks a lot like Heath Ledger.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
What in the graphic novel was he called Top Dollar
I think it was called
think so.
$1.50.
or 50-cent piece?
I think that's
I
what it was
think
called.
so because I remember like when I worked at Cinemark, this guy named Robert Coleman let me borrow the graphic novel because
Right.
he was like, oh, did you ever read it? I was like, actually, I don't think I've read that before. So he let me borrow the original one, and I think it is Top Dollar.
Did
But
he?
I
did he?
forget.
Did he have a special ability?
I don't
Because
think
I
so.
feel like
I don't
like
know. I don't remember. Actually,
I'll have to go back and look at the graphic novel because
Yeah.
in the reboot, not to talk about the reboot, but he had almost like a special ability where he was able to like suck the souls out of people.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what happened with that girl.
Because I didn't
'Cause there
I
is,
didn't
like, a
see that in this
supernatural-
movie,
right.
but in the reboot he like actually can suck souls out of people.
Oh, okay. So you know what? I'm kind of curious. I have to go back and reread that.
Yeah.
But there is like the element of that. There's definitely like something supernatural about the sister, because like she
Right.
is always like, oh, she'll say stuff that's like batshit crazy, but it also feels like it lines up with her like having like some kind of supernatural
ability.
element,
Or
right?
Yeah.
she's just hypersensitive
Yeah.
to that world because she never does anything that to me says she has powers, but she
Right.
does seem like sensitive to the afterlife or like the different types of mystical powers in the
Spiritual
world.
stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
But to go off before we move on to go back to what you're saying, I think just like that whole idea of them having that incestuous relationship really just fits into the depravity of the characters, and they're all
Yeah.
just like all of them. All the bad guys in this movie, like they just seem like they crawled out of hell.
I just wanna
They're
hang
like
out with them.
demons. Yeah, I know they're so hot.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with that.
pretty. What?
Pretty.
Really,
Yeah.
really good job with the gang members and stuff, and like how they're portrayed, and
The style.
just how the
of each
style and
one.
how dark the film is. So dark, which I
Yeah.
love.
Buy the 4K. Buy the 4K.
I definitely
Yeah.
will buy the 4K.
Dude, it is like gorgeous. Like it's like even like Becca, she like it jumped right out at her. She's like, this looks really good.
Yeah.
Like it's such a beautiful looking movie.
Right now,
Yeah.
I'm working on upgrading our main TV because I feel like now that we have a lot of like UHD and 4K, like I'm kind of missing that component of like what higher quality could look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Carson just got an upgrade in his room, and like the picture, I'm like, man, I love the picture on your TV. Like we need to upgrade the one downstairs. Like,
we gotta
So-
we gotta get on that.
yeah.
I'm just hoping that they do a 4K of the Jersey Shore.
Oh,
That's what I'm
man.
saying. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm real into this.
Or
Ron-
Saved by the Bell. I'd rather Saved by
No,
the
fuck
Bell.
that show. We're talking the Jersey Shore. I'm real interested in Sam and Ron's relationship.
What relationship that is.
I
The
mean, I don't know.
Golden Girls
Yeah.
4K.
Golden Girls 4K. Sicily, 1926. So Sarah comes home she goes to the bar to see her mom, Darla, who is a little just too busy with Fun Boy, which is one of the gang members, to actually care about her own daughter.
That's right. She's like super, like, he like spares her, right? Like, she's like super drugged up, gives her the opportunity to.
Well, we're not quite there
we're
yet.
not yet.
Right
Yeah,
now,
this is just like Sarah
got
seeing
it.
her mom.
you're
Yeah,
getting to
that's
see
right.
their relationship play out, where she's kind of just like, "Hey, go buy yourself some dinner or something. Or
yeah,
whatever.
she's
Get
kind
the
of
fuck
like,
out of here."
Yeah.
And she's just like, "I already had dinner."
So meanwhile, the police find the dead body of Tintin, who has about 8 knives stabbed into his chest. And there's also an image of the crow written in blood on the wall.
I'm sure you'll write it up as graffiti.
Graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved fucking Ernie Hudson in this movie.
He's so good.
Dude, we saw a re-release. I think it was last year that they did for the
Oh, right.
anniversary.
Yeah, you guys went to... It was at Cinemark or something,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
And, dude, Ernie Hudson was crushing it with our audience. We had a packed house, and every time that guy would do like his funny lines, like everybody was just like clapping and
Yeah.
laughing. It was so cool.
Yeah. He's the man.
He is awesome.
I had a lady though who kept cracking her gum sitting next to me, and it fucking ruined the whole thing for me.
So
Her, her gum?
Yeah, she just kept
Like-
like chewing
Oh,
gum. She's
yeah,
just like,
that's.
and I'm like, what the fuck planet are you from?
Yeah.
So Eric goes to the pawn shop looking for his gold engagement ring. And
Gold engagement ring. I
Eric
love that so much.
goes to this one like lockbox, and he's like, no. He has his eyes
He
closed.
has his eyes closed, yeah.
And then he feels like he senses like the ring, and he picks it up, and all these memories come like flushing in, and like a flood, and he just remembers like all the way up to his proposal,
the
like
love,
taking her
yeah.
into the attic to like have this like all these candles around and like proposing to her, and all this love that he felt for her. And
It was real love. I mean, that like
Yeah.
that whole, like, to Rory's point, like their love for each other. We've all seen films with like love, right, in them.
Yeah.
And
Most of the time anymore, it's more like it's like lust
yeah,
and like affection.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like right. There's not like true
This is like pure
love.
Yeah, like as
perfectly
pure as it
captures
comes.
like what two people who are
They're soulmates.
soulmates. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, soulmates.
Yeah.
I think that this film really captures that. And I think, like, again, I think to Sarah's point, like, I love that saying, like, the buildings fall, like, people die, but real love, like, is forever.
Yeah.
Like, really captures, like, how they embraced each other. They were, like, intertwined. Like, they were, again, soulmates.
And it makes
Like,
you completely understand why he would come back to avenge that love. Like that something like that was just like taken from him
yeah.
and violated, really.
Right.
Like that he would come back and go after people. That's what's so wonderful about this movie, by the way. There's no like blurred lines with anything.
No.
Like those guys are bad guys. And he's like, he comes back and it's just like the objective is kill those fuckers for like the horrible shit that they did to him and to Shelley. And it just makes it like a very rewarding ending to me. Like you just walk away feeling very cathartic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like the gang members, like there's only two films that I think about that are like really brutally bad people, and I go back to RoboCop because like
Oh yeah,
like
those guys
like
were
they're like
awful.
He's terrible, like really bad. Like I remember seeing RoboCop. Like what was it's like the Criterion version? Like where it's like
oh, remember us watching that?
Yes.
Like every day after school when we were kids.
yeah, dude. I'm telling you. Listen, I think if you've never like really paid attention like to RoboCop. Like, and I'm not talking about the reboot, which was just a disaster. I'm talking about like old school RoboCop.
Didn't Bill Skarsgård play RoboCop in that movie?
No.
Oh, was that not him? I'm sorry.
No,
it
that
was,
was
I'm just starting.
the
shit.
guy who's in like the
Oh, you don't have to
Suicide
explain.
Squad.
Suicide
Who
Squad,
cares?
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
But no, I mean like it's
Good,
it's incredible to watch the original RoboCop because I remember like how like violent those like the gang members were, right? Like Clarence was like a badass. Like he was
Red Foreman.
yeah, and then you look at The Crow and you're like, man, these guys are like just as badass.
See, like
Yeah.
the
Like,
problem
these
is,
are really like bad guys. Like,
yeah,
to Rory's
like,
point.
and today when they make movies, they always try to do a thing where they're like, well, you got to know where they're coming from and kind of give them a little humanity. Sometimes when you just have bad guys be bad guys,
Yeah.
there's something rewarding when you just see, like in RoboCop when he's killing them. You're like, yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, like no
And one of
mercy.
them
Like he
happens to-
literally just like shoots off his arms, like
Yeah.
no hesitation.
and
Ray
they're like
Wise.
laughing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ray Wise, man. No, it's
crazy.
It
Yeah.
sucks because it's like, today it's like I think they kind of missed the point with the good guy bad guy dynamic.
Right.
Like, this movie like captures it perfectly. Every time one of those guys is taken out, you're like, yeah, fuck that guy.
And I think that also too, like as much as people have like knock Rob Zombie from time to time as a director, I feel like that's one thing that he's always done is like there's no like holding back. Like somebody's just gonna get killed.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just like we're not gonna take it easy on you.
Yeah, it's like
you don't see that in films anymore. Like I feel like we kind of gotta like like pump the brakes a little bit unless you're watching something that's completely not in the theater and it just goes direct to.
So I think I know exactly what you're saying, and I agree 100%. They like to pump them brakes. Rob Zombie himself had a quote where he said that something to the degree of art is dangerous,
Yeah.
and like it should be. This
Yeah.
this whole like,
Yeah.
well, we don't want to make them seem too bad. We gotta explain. No. Fucking
just
like
let 'em-
make
yeah,
me feel
let it go.
something.
Yeah.
Stop
let villains be villains.
stop
and-
neutering your
Yeah.
own movie because you think it's gonna upset somebody.
Yeah, I feel like
100%.
everyone that was my problem with Hocus Pocus too. They
they
literally
yeah.
murdered children, and then they're like trying to make us feel bad.
Yeah, they're like literally
The
in
second
like
one
they're like
for the
Walgreens.
sisters. Yeah, I'm like, what?
Like, why are you? Is it Walgreens they're in? I
Yeah,
forget,
they're
like-
in that there for like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, they
this is
literally
crazy.
yeah they like scaled back. Yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Yeah.
But yeah, so Eric gets his ring. He gets some info on Fun Boy. He picks up a guitar, which I love that he just is like, yeah, I'm gonna take this.
And it makes him look even cooler.
Yeah, and he throws it on, and then he blows up the pawn shop.
I love that he's like,
Yeah.
is that gasoline I smell?
Is that gasoline? He's like, whoa!
No, I thought you said you were gonna buy a seashell necklace.
I'll put you down for one. You can pick it up whenever you want.
So Eric, he, the pawn shop blows up, and Eric runs out, and he ends up running into Albrecht.
Oh, wait, one thing about the pawn shop.
Yeah.
I know we already quoted it, but I do
Oh,
like
yeah.
when he's like throwing the rings at him.
Each
and he's
ring
like,
is like-
each one of these is a life you help destroy.
Yeah.
I do love that because sometimes when you are in a pawn shop and you see like engagement rings or jewelry and stuff, sometimes you're like,
"Oh, man."
yeah, like that's like a life that maybe had some
Or something-
hardships,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
something that didn't work out, and it's just kind of like you're profiting.
sad.
That's
Yeah.
a good way. I
Misery
never
and
like
sadness.
really thought about it like that.
I
That's
thought
like
about it
literally
before.
at some point somebody had that ring that they
Yeah.
gave to someone.
It
and
meant the
and
world
something
to
happened,
them.
like divorce, death, like something
Yeah.
happened.
Or they just couldn't afford it.
There's a story behind it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they fell on
I know, I
bad
thought about it like
times. They had to,
I did.
sell it, and like, yeah, I find that he's a guy who profits on the misery of others,
Yeah.
and then he like demolishes the place. It's like he purifies that lot, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
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 It's amazing. So yeah, when he goes outside, he runs into Albrecht, who thinks he blew up the place, which he's right. And but he also confesses, like, so Eric confesses, he's like, yeah, I killed Tintin. He was dead a year ago. They're
he
all
touched
dead.
her.
They're just not. They just don't know it yet.
I like when he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
he's like,
badass.
move and you're dead. And he's like, well, I say I'm dead and I move. Like that's such a good line.
Yeah. I thought you guys said freeze.
Yeah.
So
Their
Tom,
relationship's lots of fun, by the way.
yeah.
Their interactions, like later on in the apartment and stuff, like I adore every second of that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, it looks like they're in South Scranton.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. So Top Dollar gets word that Gideon's pawn shop blew up, and Tintin is now dead. And I love that he doesn't care about Tintin at all. Like he's like,
No,
yeah, well,
he's just like another.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you
Whatever.
mean like
Oh,
you
we
mean
lost.
Ernie
We
Hudson?
lost one. We'll grab another one.
no,
Oh.
Top Dollar.
Oh yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about any
he
of those
doesn't give
people.
a shit.
He's
at
a
all.
sociopath.
Yeah, and he finds out about Tintin's death while doing like a mountain of cocaine.
Isn't that an interesting? Wait, isn't that kind of an interesting thing that like when you live a life like that, like when you are like really lean into the whole evil thing.
Yeah.
Like, your comrades don't mourn you. You have no one in your life to mourn you.
You're
so
just
that when
another
you die,
pawn in the
yeah,
on
they're
the
just kind of
chessboard,
like,
right?
like, oh, Tintin was killed. It's like, whatever. I'll
Yeah.
get someone else. Like, your life,
100%.
like, the second you lean so hard into like a life of wickedness, you suddenly stop having any actual value.
Well, see, Rory, no self-respecting drug dealer wants love or respect. Okay?
No.
Hey, actually, buddy, I want love.
A good
and
example of
respect.
that is Scarface. Like,
Right, he doesn't.
that, I mean, when he
Yeah.
kills his
that's
sister's
my
best friend, like,
Yeah.
because she's like dating him, right? Or like
Yeah.
is going to announce that they got engaged or whatever, or
Right.
married or whatever. I forget what the scene was, but that's an impactful scene. It just goes to show, like, he didn't care.
He didn't care.
He like lost his mind at that point, and I think
Yeah.
for like a crime boss,
Top dollar doesn't
he doesn't
give a
care
shit.
about his people. Like,
He's
to
like-
Rory's point, he's gonna go find another person, right?
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this line of cocaine. It's more like a crowd of cocaine, not so much.
Yeah,
like
it's a mountain. It's awesome.
So Sarah runs into Eric, and he drops the famous line
He,
of the
he
movie.
stops her from getting hit by a car, which
Right.
she's not supposed to do. That's
Right.
actually a thing that was like, because they didn't get to finish the movie technically. That was a problem with Eric in the film. Like, he is not allowed to interfere or help the living or something like that. That's why, like, later on, you know, like when there's a point in the movie where suddenly his arms are all bandaged up with like electrical tape.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
I
like,
do, yeah.
From what I understand, just stuff I've read, is that when he helps Darla, there was supposed to be a moment where she's like freaking out and she goes at him with like a razor blade and she cuts him up.
Yeah.
And because he helped her, he wasn't able to heal. Like, he's not supposed to interfere like that. I don't know if there's
Right.
any type of punishment for him saving Sarah like that, but it's not something he's supposed to do. But I do like that.
It's interesting that you say that, and again, not to go back to the reboot, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that you're talking about, I never like really pay attention too much in like the crossover here, because
Yeah.
there's a scene where the more he's helping people, he can't heal.
Yeah,
and then
that's
the minute
exactly
he,
what
the
it
minute he
is.
stops helping people,
Oh,
he
wow.
heals. And there's
Yeah.
actually a scene in the reboot where they portray that, where like he like goes back and he's like talking to like this kind of like metaphor of like in the land of the dead, and he's like, why can't I heal? And he's like basically telling him like, you got to stop like
Interfering.
helping people, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah.
like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, this
Yeah.
is like the natural progression of things, and you're
Right.
not supposed to interfere. But like, I like that a lot, that Eric still does step in, because he's like, even underneath all like the rage, is like a good man.
yeah.
So
And there's a part in the reboot where he says like, what's the opposite of love? And Eric's like, I think he says like hate, and everybody thinks it's hate, and it's not. It's doubt. And
Yeah.
the doubt is like what he was starting to feel, not for Shelley, like in that situation, but he was almost feeling doubt, like he couldn't do this, like he couldn't get justice, like he couldn't do the things he wanted to, and he was having a hard time healing. And then the minute that he started to realize that he can go make that change and seek justice, that's when he gave himself up, he becomes the Crow, and then he starts to heal. And it's pretty cool, because like you're talking about this and I'm like, wow, they kind of
they did
portrayed
that in that.
in
Yeah.
in the new film. I'm like, oh wow,
That's really
okay,
cool.
that makes complete sense now. I didn't really put two and two together. It's
Yeah.
like filling in the gaps.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
Rob Zombie filling in the gap on how the mask became the mask. Like, it's
Right.
the little things. Like, even though we don't have to like it,
Yeah.
we could say like,
Oh,
okay,
They did that.
There we
Yeah.
go. I kind of like maybe just filled in a blank. For
I
me.
can finally sleep at night.
It's been
So-
buried under this piece of wood the third time.
But you're right, though. Like, he saves her. She makes a comment about how it's always raining, and he says
It's
it
like,
can't rain all the time.
Which
Yes.
I feel like is like the line of the movie.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's
a lot of
such a
people
good-
quote that.
It's a great
The
line.
most.
If you stayed in northeastern PA half of this start of spring and summer, you would say it is raining all the time, and
It's
it won't
raining
stop.
all
Please
the
stop.
time.
I like when later on when she plays the record and it starts skipping and it's like, can't rain all the time, can't rain all the time, can't rain all the time.
Can't rain all the
DJ
time.
Kelly! And it's like, who's this? Why is this guy here?
DJ Tintin. New shit. I always love those beginnings where it's like that new shit.
Yeah. No shit, no shit, no shit.
1994.
Featuring.
Hangman's joke.
Top dollar.
Top dollar. Yeah.
I'm
And, like,
sorry.
Olympus
You have a
gets
song. You have a song you need to write when you go home.
There we go. There we go.
Top dollar.
Top dollar.
So Albrecht. Oh man. So Albrecht looks into
How we can all get so sidetracked.
I know.
Like when we're together, it's amazing.
It's awesome. So Albrecht looks into the Draven file and he puts together that he might have seen Eric Draven in the Mime from Hell makeup, as he said.
I think he draws it on the picture.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely him.
I think he looks
Yeah,
like
it
Solves
his
the case.
Yeah.
It's just like a couple
Case
lines.
closed.
It's like a line. And like I think he looked like this, boss.
Yeah. This is what he looked like.
Case closed. He like, shuts the file, sits back, puts his feet up on the desk.
Oh, my
File
God.
that under done. So Funboy and Darla
Oh my
are
God.
shooting drugs, and they spot the crow watching them, and that's when Eric comes in, and Eric kind of like taunts Funboy, and that's when
Jesus
Funboy.
Christ walks
That's
into
right.
a bar.
Funboy's
Yeah.
the gentleman that's in bed with Darla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Did you
Okay.
call him a gentleman?
The gentle
I have
giants.
manners, Rory.
The gentleman,
I was
Adolf
raised
Hitler.
the right way. I was raised the right way.
Mr. Hitler.
Did you know that Mr. Hitler struggled?
What would have happened if somebody just gave him What would have happened if somebody just gave him one compliment on his art?
His whole life changes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, raindrops keep falling on my head, and everything changes, and like we change the
That's
whole
all good.
parallel universe.
There's a lot less movies made during the
Oh my
Oscar
God.
season.
Yeah. So Funboy tries to shoot him, but he has no luck. And then that's when we see, he like, Funboy accidentally shoots himself. And,
Yeah.
and so Eric drags him into the tub, but that's when he also cleans up
thing.
Darla.
I do love when just like a display of power, basically. Like he puts his hand up in front of his gun and he shoots it.
And he's like,
And Eric's like jumping around like it hurts him, and then he just turns around and,
And
he's
it's like,
laughing
yeah,
and his
it's just like,
hands
yeah,
healing,
that
and
is
it's just
great,
like
yeah.
he's like, what? Funboy is great in that scene, though.
yeah,
too.
yeah. He seems like he's really on drugs.
Yeah, you know, and there's a sad kind of outcome for that actor. Like he lived because he's the
one who
scene.
got him. Yeah,
Right,
Well,
like-
no, wasn't that scene?
Yeah, it was like
That's
there was
the-
a scene where
that's
he
the
ends up
actor that
shooting.
actually-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, wow, I
he
don't
ended
think I
up
knew that.
shooting
Brandon
Lee, and he kind of lived with that. Like it haunted him for the rest of his life.
I can't imagine having like a moment's peace after that. What happened was like the scene when like when in the memories when Eric comes home.
Yeah,
Internet, correct me if I'm wrong. He like goes to the door and it's like a POV and he throws like a knife and the camera
yeah,
goes
yeah.
down. That's supposed to be the point where he like shoots him. So at in that scene, he says something about how he's like, you had me at point blank or something like that. Dead blank, or I forget what the wording
Yeah.
is. But he says that he shot him because that's what was in the script. But I'm assuming they changed it to a knife for good taste.
yeah. So from what I read on IMDb, right, it said that what happened was there wasn't supposed to be a gun, right, at all. And then what happened was the last minute the director was like, you know what, I'm gonna have him shoot Brandon Lee, right, like shoot him,
Right.
And he ended up, yeah, of course, he shoots the gun and it killed him, but that actor kind of lived with that guilt like up until he passed away.
And this might be a dumb question, and I never I know this what happened in the whole story there, but did they ever determine like how that, like I think about like the whole situation with like the whole Rust film and like how that was like such a
So in
turn of
this-
events
in
on
this
who
case,
did what and who was responsible. Did they ever like
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a prop gun.
Okay.
But what happened was there was actually a bullet that was lodged into the barrel, but they didn't know that. Like when they cleaned it and
God.
everything. So like they cleaned the gun, but they didn't know that there was a bullet that was actually lodged like in the barrel. So when they shot off the blank, it actually propelled that
the
bullet that was lodged.
See, I heard something a little different, and again, internet, correct us.
Yeah.
I heard it was just that there was too much gunpowder packed into the prop gun, and there was like a blank that erupted from it, and that's actually like what
almost
shot
penetrated
into
like a
him.
normal bullet.
Yeah, and it
because
put
of
like
the-
it was like a quarter size hole into his chest.
Yeah, I always heard it was like something that was lodged into the barrel that propelled it out. And so I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
we'll have to-
I'll be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a guy who goes digging around with this kind of stuff because it just makes me sad that anything like that happened to him, because it shouldn't have. And
like
it
you said
sucks.
with Ernie Hudson, like before, right? Like here's someone who probably had like this insane future, especially after this movie comes
hands
out.
down.
He probably would have been
huge star.
He probably would have been Neo. Like you honestly, who knows?
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
It
Like
would have
he
been,
could
a
have been
completely
like
different life.
this huge action star of like the 90s, like later half of the 90s. Who knows what like movies
crazy.
he would have gotten.
It's always crazy to think about those things, and it's such a sad story to think about what happened. Like I even think about like, actors like even like James Dean. Like what would have life been like today if he never got behind the wheel of
like
that vehicle?
that car
or,
accident.
or even
I
like
mean,
somebody like
Which is yesterday, actually. September 30th is
yeah,
the date.
September
passed away.
30th. Yeah.
or even like somebody like Chris Farley, which is like a
Yeah.
guy that I suspect probably would have been like winning Oscars, because I think he would have like had like that weird
Versatile.
I feel like he would
Or
have had
John
like that.
Candy. I mean,
that-
John Candy's another one, right? He passed away, obviously health issues, but at the same time, like all these things that happen in life, like where would these folks be today?
Yeah.
Right? Like how would acting in the world of acting be so different today as well?
Yeah. Especially like thinking about it, like Chris Farley, because there's so many comedians that transition into a drama.
Yeah.
Like the right drama could have come along and he would have been in it and probably won an Oscar. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or like
Yeah.
got a nomination or something. But it's very true. Like it's just crazy to think like how these
River Phoenix
tragedies
is
have-
another one.
oh,
I mean,
he's
like, there's another
actor
one.
that
Heath
was-
Ledger, goddammit.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
yeah, so I mean, with stuff like that, I don't like to get too far into like the inner workings of how people lose their lives. So
No, I agree.
you know what I mean? Like, I remember there was this some website when I was in high school, and this kid's just like, "Yo, you know that you can actually see like the photos of like Brandon Lee dead," and I'm like, "Why
Yeah.
the
Why
fuck
would
would
I
I
wanna
want to
see
see
that?
that?"
Yeah, I
No
agree
one
with
wants
you
to see
1,000%.
that.
No, I'm like,
Yeah.
don't that's not. I love movies. I'm not like
No, we're
such
not that morbid.
I'm not a ghoul.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not a
anyway,
ghoul.
Yeah.
I'm not a golden ghoul. So we see where Eric cleans Darla from like the drugs. Like he kind of draws it
Spares
out
her.
of her veins, like all the heroin out of her veins.
And he gives her like a little bit of wisdom, because he says, "Mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children." It's like, your daughter's waiting for you.
I would have loved it.
like,
She
go
was
be a
like,
mom.
"What the fuck did you just say?
I'm on a lot of junk right now. Could you
What the fuck?"
could you dumb it down
Yeah.
a little bit? And he's just like,
No.
"Go home to your fucking daughter." By the way, when Funboy gets shot,
Yeah.
I like how he's like, "What you've done to my sheets."
So Eric loads Funboy up with a bunch of needles into his chest, right? Just kind of like he did with Tintin with his knives, right?
Yep.
And kind of using their shtick against them, like they're dying by their own like weapon or
Yep.
whatever. So we see that happen, and that's when Tony Todd walks in on Funboy dying. And he spots Eric in the window, and I always love that scene where he's like, shh, and he like backs out the window. I always thought that was the coolest thing. I don't know why.
I like later on
Yeah.
when he's like,
Or when he's like, boo,
Yep.
I like later on when Tony Todd's like, he's like, "Yeah, he winked at me," and then like Tyler's like, he winked at you."
He winked.
Musicians.
I think there's always something powerful about somebody coming back in a film, right? Like I think,
Yeah.
like I always love that in Ghost as well when Patrick
Ghost
Swayze's character
is
comes
so
back.
good.
Yeah, they're
And-
coming for you, Willie.
Yeah, like how amazing is that? Like just how crazy that is. Like that's one film, like another film that like should never be
I love
rebooted.
that.
Like that is
Yeah.
just.
I heard
amazing.
Bill
That's such a-
Skarsgård is actually
I would
signed on
listen,
for the Ghost remake.
I would watch
Well, he's
it.
playing Demi Moore's character.
I would watch it.
He's Whoopi Goldberg.
He's going to be playing Molly.
There's Oda Mae Brown.
Molly, you're in danger.
I am
girl.
I'm not a big fan of like Roadhouse is probably like one of my favorite Patrick Swayze films. And
Roadhouse.
I had a really hard time. I did watch it when because it was Jake Gyllenhaal.
They're making a sequel to that, and I was like really surprised. I didn't watch. I think I maybe got like 5 to 10 minutes in, but I just wasn't like feeling it, and I was like, maybe I'll come back another time.
It's very similar. Like it's a different film. Like
Yeah,
it's a completely different film than, which I'm okay with, because Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze is like a classic. Like
Yeah,
that
it
is
rules.
like that is
Yeah.
just such a kick-ass movie. But
Yeah.
not to get off on topic, I just think it's great that like when you think about the impact and how powerful it is when somebody comes back in a film.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, even in The Wraith, when Charlie Sheen comes at the end of the film and he steps out of the vehicle and like the suit is starting to disengage from his body,
Yeah.
and he's like, man, can't do that again. And it's
Yeah.
like, that is like, oh shit, he's back. And like, she's like, she then knows, like, and just like the scene where his brother's like, he knew it was him, like
Yeah.
Jamie. He knew it was
Right.
Jamie, but in a different form. Like, that is so impactful. Like, love or hate chintzy 80s movies, that scene there is like amazing.
Amazing.
Lose the chintzy part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80s movies rule.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Like, some people will say, like, you know, when you think about 80s movies, like, they're not. But I love all that
I
stuff.
think things like that come from a place of ignorance from people, honestly.
Yeah,
They're
I hate it,
They
right?
try
It's
to
like-
downplay, like oh, like cheesy 80s movies.
cheesy.
Like, fuck
No,
you.
it's like it's
Fuck
it's
you.
amazing. It's like
Yeah.
it's you don't see
We're
that in
still-
films today.
We're still talking about all these movies.
Yes.
That's the difference between a lot of stuff that's being made right now. I don't think people are going to be like,
mean-
hey, remember the Roadhouse remake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when they remade that movie we said was cheesy?
Yeah.
Like, they keep remaking our shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
how
just-
much better it is. They make less, like, fucking unremarkable versions of things that we grew up with.
Yeah.
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 It is. That's true.
Although
know.
I feel very good about our reboot of Hold On Blue Eyes. I think we
Yeah.
we did it
you
justice.
guys killed it. You guys
Yeah.
crushed it.
we did it
Hell,
justice.
Yeah. So Eric visits Albrecht and finds out what happened to him and Shelley, and how Albrecht kind of stayed by Shelley's side the entire time she was alive in the hospital.
And he essentially gives her that memory of, like, everything that Shelley endured. He
Yeah.
gives her, like, 30 hours of pain that apparently he just experiences all at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't touch me!
So then Gideon, the pawn shop owner.
There's a line in there, too, like, when he gives him the...
Oh,
I just like that line with the, like, he's like, the nothing's trivial.
yeah, nothing's trivial,
yeah.
which is crazy because we just said that
Yeah.
before. But like, yeah, it's such a great line because every single moment you have with people, it's not trivial. You know, it's kind of beautiful. So
Yeah.
and that's so true.
Yeah, like you think all the things that are happening in your life are, like, meaningless, or that you're just killing time until you get to where you think you want to be. But I guess it's like you have to keep that in perspective sometimes, that every single moment of your life is special, because not everybody even gets to have lives. You know what I mean? Like, some
Right.
people, like, you know, I guess it's better just to try to appreciate every moment while you have it, because it all matters and is adding to something.
No, I would agree 100%. You know, there's times I catch myself, like, as a dad, like, it's hard, like, for me to believe, like, my daughter's 11, my son's 8. You know, like, I've been doing this thing called life, like, you know, big boy job, like, paying a mortgage, doing all this stuff. And sometimes I'm like, I still feel like that, like, 17-year-old kid that is
Yeah.
like, man, when I get older someday, and I realize, like, I'm doing life right now. And no matter how challenging life can be, and how sometimes, like, you're making ends meet or you're doing these things, they're like I'm doing this right now, and there's no pause button. It's kind of a surreal feeling sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it kind of equates to kind of just what you were talking about, right? Like, there's just something special about these moments in your life. Like, there's these, like, chapters of your life where you look back on and you reflect, and you're like, and sometimes I'll catch myself. I'm like, you know, when I turn, like, 20, and I'm like, wait, I'm 41. Like, I'm not going to be 20 again. Like, right? Like, I'm doing this thing now, and you just appreciate all the things, like the good, like, we've all, like, you and I grew up, like, in the projects, right? Like,
Yeah.
we found our way out where some people didn't find their way out, and I still have an immense amount of respect for those folks that have to live like that, because I know what that was like, living like that. And
And also, it was just like the best childhood.
Right? Like you you go to appreciate no matter where you are in life, whether you're doing well, you're just making a meet, like right, like just be kind to people. You never know what somebody's going through. Like just appreciate everything that's happening
and sometimes
around you. Say thank you.
Yeah.
I reached out to somebody at work today and just said, hey, I just wanted to just pop through in your message on like our WebEx, and I just said, hey, I just wanted to pop through and say, hope you're having an amazing day. And like literally, they're like, what? Like this is awesome. Like thank you.
I think Adam's coming on to me.
Nice. Like be nice, right? Like, and I think this is what this film does. And I'm sorry to get off on a tangent, but I think this film, like, is so needed today. Yeah. Like it's got such a strong message to it and a theme that I think everybody in the world should be like forced to watch this film, because I think there would be a bigger appreciation.
I think you're like what you said in the beginning is like what the world needs now is love.
100%.
Yeah.
And this film can do it for people. Like lock people into like a room and make them watch this film, and they probably will come out feeling really good.
Or strip them of their rights.
Or what you could do.
Gone.
Or what you could do.
Isn't that already happening now? Like, so
yeah, I think so.
Should we just force people to go and watch this film?
Right.
Or what you could do is you could do what Adam did and watch the remake, and then it'll make you want to watch a better movie. No. No.
You son of a bitch.
One quick thing with that, I and then we can definitely need to move on. There's I know that for anybody listening, I do remember points in my life being like, man, I really wish I was somewhere else. I had like a plan that I had in my head. I'm like, I want to do this, and I would do this. And then 10 years go by, and I look back on that time that I was dreaming of being somewhere else and missing the hell out of that time. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's such a, or even just like the people that like are no longer in your life, like they maybe left this world. And it's just like, you're like, man, like even when I used to work in that movie theater, like some of my friends that have like passed on, it's just like a thing where I'm like, man, I can't wait to be in this place someday. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then right in that moment, all the special shit was just flying around me. And there was all these great people in my life. And it was just like I wasn't paying attention. So it's good to just try to pay attention to life, because as they say in this film, nothing is trivial. It all means something. Move on.
All right. It's great. I love that.
Yeah. So Gideon, the pawn shop owner, and Tony Todd tell Top Dollar about their run-ins with this killer mime. And Top Dollar, by the way, he bangs his sister. I just want to say that again. Because why is that happening? So Top Dollar kills the pawn shop owner just for funsies. Like, basically, because he's like...
He's running his mouth.
He was running his mouth a little bit, but...
He's like, yeah, maybe you're not as fucking big as you think. Yeah, you piece of shit. And he's like, well, this guy's got to go.
All right. You know?
He's making me look bad in front of my sister girlfriend.
And then we cut to Eric, who's playing his guitar.
You are my sister girlfriend.
Sister girlfriend. But we cut to Eric, who's playing his guitar on the rooftop, like the Beatles.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like when he's like, "Get back," and everyone downstairs.
No. I'm sorry. That was while my guitar gently weeps.
Oh yeah, that's right. But no,
great track.
I like when all the people are down on the street. They're looking up like,
Shut up! Shut up! We know
Shut the fuck up.
We were laughing later on when he's doing that, when he's like playing that real like the fast
solo
thing, yeah. And like he throws the guitar, and Beck and I were laughing because it probably like somebody was like walking by and they just on the streets below, and it just gets hit in the head. It's like, stop! What the fuck?
We hate you.
You killed my wife. I'm gonna come back from the dead and get you.
And probably somebody has
Cycle
pieces
of
that
violence.
guitar, and they probably kept it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing looks ghostly.
Yep.
So T-Bird and his buddy Skank, they're chilling out, and he tells Skank to run in and grab him like some beers and a drink and some smokes. And that's when Eric shows up, and he takes the T-Bird away and in his car, and they go speeding off. And T-Bird, at one point, Eric like ties him up, and he recognizes Eric, and he's like, "Oh my God, there's no way you could be back. You're dead. You're dead.
Don't come back."
They don't do that.
The dead don't come back.
I just realized too, like, and this is just me, just like things flowing through my head. Like,
Yeah.
we did have Gutter Boy in the Wraith.
Right, Gutter Boy. I
And
love
Skank,
Gutter Boy.
which
It's
is
not
just
the Wraith.
Gutter Boy and
No,
Skank.
I know, but I just like the more
Let
that
the
we
Wraith go.
the more that we talk about these like gang member names, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like we did have a Skank and we had a Gutter Boy.
A
Which
Gutter
is,
Boy. I like Gutter Boy. I think
Yeah.
that's a great name. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah.
know, Skank and Gutter
He's
Boy are
like,
very
shut up,
different
Gutter
names.
Boy. Or he's like, he used to shoot up like WD-40.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
He's like, Skank, don't do that.
Skank, don't
You're
do
gonna
it.
fry your brain out.
So we see where Eric blows the car up, right? And T-Bird in it. And then we see the image of the crow on the ground in fire.
Yeah, which
is
is
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
Like, what a
that
shot.
I remember that in the trailer, like
It's-
being a big, yeah.
It's a great, iconic wide shot.
Yeah.
And then him walking away from it as it burns is also equally awesome.
Yeah.
A couple quick things. So Skank runs out of the little convenience store. He's feeling pretty upset that his buddy T-Bird just got kidnapped. So he runs out and he gets hit by a car, and then the driver gets out and starts yelling at him. He calls him a stupid ass hair and then accuses him of hitting his car, and it's awesome. There's a point where when Eric has T-Bird in the car, they speed past some police officers.
Yeah.
Two hilarious things happen. One of the cops says, "What the crap?" That's really funny. And then the cop car speeds ahead, and then the one guy drinking coffee spills hot coffee all over himself, and he screams. And that's very funny, too. And that's all I want to say about that
If
stuff.
only we had the music from Halloween with the two cops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bum, bum.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That would have made the scene even more impactful.
What the I know it's a different movie,
I
but
know.
seriously, what a choice.
I know.
Dominique,
It
Arthur,
scratched
and
my
Gerard,
head.
if you're listening, write to us. What was the thinking there?
what was going on? So at home, Sarah wakes up to her mom making breakfast, and she's actually surprised that her mom seems like she changed.
She changed, yeah.
And she's making her eggs and
It's
stuff.
like the second chance, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
the second chance.
it's awesome.
Smart
Yeah.
choice. I like that Darla is still a piece of trash, though. like they don't make her like a completely new mom. She's still kind of
Yeah.
still kind of awful, but because
She's trying. She's
I know,
doing
but
her
like
best.
Sarah's just kind of like gives her one little bit of sass, and she's like, fuck this. She's like, no, it's good.
I
I want-
fucking suck. I get it. Whatever.
That's a
She's
terrible
so ready.
movie.
She's
was
so ready to
terrible.
give up.
Yeah.
She's going to be in 28 grams later.
Yeah, 20 grams later.
Oh, that'd be a great movie.
So so at the station, Albrecht.
That scene is lovely, by the way. In all
Yeah.
seriousness, with Sarah and Darla, like,
Yeah.
I like that Sarah obviously has a lot of like hostility and anger towards her mother, but just sees her trying. It's like you kind of see like the forgiveness kind of washing over her.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like Eric, in a sense, like he obviously he's dead. He's not of this world anymore, but his actions are still leading to good conclusions. You know, like he's like basically allowing Sarah to have a relationship with her mother, and that's wonderful, because like the Fillins are no longer of this world, like because Sarah was taken care of by Eric and Shelley, and they're not around anymore, so Darla's
Yeah.
got to step up. God darn it,
That's right.
she needs to give her hot dog money.
Yeah. So then we see where Eric gets a visit from Sarah. Like she goes into the apartment, and at first she's like yelling out for Eric, and eventually, you know, he shows himself, and he's
Cool
like,
reveal, the little shadow.
yeah, and she confesses that she misses him and Shelley, as like friends and
Yep.
all that. So then we cut
Like,
to
I thought you cared. He's like, I do care.
I do care. Yeah.
I'm like, of course you do. You're perfect.
Top Dollar gets
Yeah.
the 411 from Skank on T-Bird's death and the empty grave of Eric Draven, because at one point Tony Todd tracks down the grave and he checks it out and he's like, yep, it's empty.
Clearly, he came back from the dead. That's the only conclusion one could draw from this.
So we see where Sarah and Albrecht kind of discuss life after death. They're like, is it possible to like come back? And it's actually really, really cool. It's a great scene.
I like that Sarah took Gabriel. Gabriel is now her cat.
Yeah.
I think that was good. And that cat's acting, I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying this because it's my shtick. That cat is literally just acting in that scene.
Yeah.
Did you see he does a little thing where he kind of inches up a a little bit with his paws?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I like when he did the
You don't
James
see that
Dean
anymore.
pose with the cigarette against the
Yeah.
wall. Yeah, that was pretty.
The tap dancing.
He's like, brum, 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 hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Hello, Mom. Clementine.
The tap dancing number really was.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was
Gabriel.
It may have actually ruined the movie a little bit, but it's okay.
So at Top Dollars, he has a bunch of gang leaders visiting, and he kind of wants to create anarchy and just set the entire city on fire, which I'm like, what? That is a cool plan. That's like, he's just basically Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
really.
much,
He
yeah.
looks like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. So you think
I like,
of it. For
I
sure.
like.
Talking about Heath Ledger's Joker, the entrance that Eric has here is 100%
Gentleman.
out of the Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's rad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I feel like Christopher Nolan was like, I just want to take that one part from The Crow where the Joker kind of like walks into that little table of all the gang members, like
Yeah.
the different leaders. It's basically the same.
Do you remember?
setup.
Yeah,
Do you remember in the
yeah,
Dark?
absolutely. Yeah, the
It's
entrance.
shot the
yeah.
same way.
Do you remember in the Dark Knight?
It's an
when-
awesome scene, by the way.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the Dark Knight when the Joker came out and he goes, "I like the pretty lights."
I like the pretty lights. So
Oh, by the way, I also like how he's basically talking, or Top Dollar is talking about how Devil's Night has lost its power and the meaning behind it. And he's like, you know what they have now? Devil's Night greeting cards. And then I just immediately started thinking about what those would be. Be my Valentine so we can fire it up.
some are just like fired up, fired up, fired
Fired
up. You open it, fired up.
Devil's Night greeting cards. Hey, I'm kind of getting that voice down.
Cards. So Eric stops in because he wants to. He's just like, I just want him, and he points.
Well,
to
you
Skank.
can have him.
Yeah. and then basically there's this huge shootout that happens, and Eric is just taking out all these gang members.
It's so
like
cool
left and right.
when he's just like, he's like, oh, well, you can have him. He's like, well, I see you made your decision. Now let's see you enforce it. And he's just kind of like, this is boring the shit out of me. Kill him. And they just start shooting him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, he wasn't such a big deal. And then he gets up and just starts
Just
fucking
starts
killing
killing,
everybody.
yeah.
And that scene is probably one of the coolest scenes in any action movie I've ever seen in my entire
yeah.
life. It is
Yeah.
so, it's like an adrenaline shot.
Yeah, it's like straight like Boondock Saints probably like borrowed from that scene.
No,
too.
Adam,
Yeah.
which scene in The Wraith did they rip off for this scene?
Well, there's no.
I mean, there's no really like.
yeah,
no equivalent
He just like
shooting.
stuck to the gang members. There wasn't like a Top Dollar.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. Well, I think maybe what's his face would be kind of like
Yeah.
Nick Cassavetes' character.
Yeah, Cassavetes. right?
Cassavetes, right? Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
Like
Oh,
his
sure.
character, who obviously went on to direct The Notebook, right? Like so
Right.
funny,
And
which
his
actually had the
dad.
Wraith characters in that The
Yeah,
Notebook.
that's
which is
right.
So funny.
Yeah.
But no, there's no like really. But I will say though,
okay.
because we mentioned Bill Skarsgård, the ending of The Crow that you won't watch
Yeah.
is probably, to me, 2020 because it came out in 2024.
Yeah.
Probably one of the top. I would say it's a lot more hardcore than John Wick. Like it's a pretty brutal ending to that film. And
Is this like the Top Dollar scene ish?
it's like
that's
him.
happening
It's
right
like
now.
him getting through to get to
Top
Top Dollar.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it. I don't want to. I want you to
I'm
watch
gonna
it. 'cause I
watch
think
it,
you'd be like,
yeah.
wow, this is pretty brutal, pretty violent.
Yeah.
That
I
the
definitely plan on
ending
watching
of that
it.
film, I was like, I need to go back and rewatch this. As much as I don't want to watch it, I want to watch it. And then I was like, I liked it. I thought it was good. It's like it doesn't ruin it for me for 94 versus 2024.
Yeah. I have to watch it.
And I can't wait to hear all about it.
We will make sure you're clued in, Rory.
So Eric ends up throwing Skink out the window.
Because that was his whole objective, was to get Skank. Skank's the last,
Yeah,
or
he's
seemingly
Right.
the last
member.
of the scumbags. And I like his, I'm not Skank. Skank's dead.
Yeah. He's
Got
dead.
that right and throws him through the window. It's so awesome.
So the police chase after Eric, and luckily Albrecht kind of is driving by and picks him up for a second and drives him to safety. But yeah, so Eric just like bounces out, no tip for the Uber, and then
It did leave a good review.
yeah,
Might have been Liv.
just like Rory, no tip for the Uber. No, but Eric says goodbye to Sarah, and he's going back to the graveyard now.
That
And-
this scene right here, this is absolutely my favorite scene in the movie. If this is what you're referring to, like he's walking down the street and there's like kids dressed for Halloween, like little trick or treaters.
Yeah.
And they're like flashing these flashlights around. I love this scene so much because it's like for a moment when he sees like the kids like running and playing and laughing, there's just like this moment where it's like he remembers like how beautiful life was.
Yeah.
And it's just like they do this really cool effect where like the scene, the shot, it's like a close up of them, and it slows down, and then they hold on it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's this really like beautiful image of him, and it's almost like a in memory of type of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like this moment where it's like I think it's one of the most beautiful moments in the movie, which is him being like, after having gone through all the stuff he's gone through, just seeing like children like running and laughing and having fun, where he's just kind of like, yeah, like life's kind of beautiful, and then you just see him kind of like laughing and just kind of like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, it really hits for me.
Yeah. And I feel like he feels justified.
Yeah.
Like, like he finally, like, things might be okay in the world again a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that normalcy.
Or that there's still hope.
Right. There's still hope. And
There's
like,
still like love, and there's still like laughter, and there's
Yeah.
still justice, and that like things.
justice is real. Like it's
Yeah.
not like what they thought it was. So, but yeah, so Eric says goodbye to Sarah, and he gives his engagement ring that he had for Shelly, and he gives it to Sarah, and she's like, "I'm gonna keep this forever." And,
And then she pawned it.
and then she fucking
She
pawns
went
it.
to a pawn shop.
Yeah.
No,
he just takes it.
no, but like 5 seconds later, so
She like
anyway.
walks out counting money.
Yeah, kidnaps Sarah. Tony Todd kidnaps Sarah. What is his character's name in this? I don't. Do they ever say?
Candyman.
Oh,
Is it
Candyman.
Candyman?
Yeah, I mean, it fits in with all the skank and yeah. So he kidnaps Sarah, and then he brings her to Top Dollar and the sister. What's her name though? They never say her name, do they?
The
The
sisters.
sister? Let's see.
I don't know.
I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't remember.
I think it started with
it's
a
like
M.
it's like Micah.
Micah. Oh my God. Okay.
And Tony Todd's name is Grange.
Grange. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they
it's
ever
said.
say
I don't
it.
feel like
Yeah.
I feel like those are two characters that definitely like you're gonna find in IMDb, but you're not gonna hear it in the movie.
It's in the
Right.
script.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing about this movie and why I think it works so well. From this point on in the film, there was supposed to be like a different ending. Like the
I
way that
do.
it progresses, it's
Correct.
supposed to be a little different. Because there actually was a character named the Skull Cowboy, and it was supposed to be played by Michael Berryman. And Michael Berryman was supposed to be the guy who, like, and again, Crow fans out there, if I'm wrong about this, please reach out. Actually, don't. But he was supposed to be like kind of like guiding
human
him.
guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the one kind of telling him like, like if you help people, like you lose your power.
Yeah.
So
In the new movie.
yeah,
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 okay.
and I'm sure they do a great job fleshing that out, and I can't wait to watch it. But this whole thing at this point was that when he goes in to help Sarah, he wasn't supposed to have his power anymore because he's basically like
He's done.
forfeits it in order to
Yeah.
do the right thing. So this ending, what's neat about it is that if you watch it very closely, there's a lot of like reaction shots of Eric. There's a lot of like Eric kind of just like looking because they didn't have all the footage.
Right.
So essentially in editing, they managed to, and probably through like reshoots and stuff like that for like the other actors, they managed to cobble together an ending that seems fucking seamless.
Correct. Oh, yeah.
Like you would like I didn't know that this wasn't the original trajectory of the story until years later where I'm like, really? Like
Yeah.
like the fact that this movie functions having not been entirely finished is remarkable. Like the things that they had to do to actually like finish Eric's scenes, because I know even at the beginning when he's like putting like the makeup on and stuff, like that's from what I understand, that's not him. It's like they projected the face onto like a stunt double, and even like when he's at the
You couldn't tell.
no,
Actually, you know what the weird thing is?
It's the darkness.
The person who did all the stand-in work for Brandon Lee went on to direct John Wick.
Oh, interesting.
Chad
Really?
Stahelski or whatever. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Isn't that crazy?
That makes sense because there's a little something of him in those movies.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you could see there was something in this movie that I was like, wow, that's straight like that reminded me of a scene out of John Wick or something.
And then,
but,
in that film is like, to me, is like more justice than it is vengeance, right? Killing his dog. Like I feel like that.
Oh yeah, because that was the last.
Because he
gift
kind of
ever
was
got.
already out of that and didn't want to go return to that. It only
Right.
made him return to that because
I'm thinking I'm back.
I love that. That is like my favorite part of that film.
Well,
I love
People
that
keep
part.
asking me if I'm back.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm back.
that there's like scenes at the beginning, like when he's like, you know, when he's in the loft and he's kind of like finally has the makeup on and he's standing there looking all cool.
Yeah.
I believe his face was projected onto the stunt double for that, and you only notice it if you look very closely. But I think what they were able to do with this film, having it not have been finished, is so fucking inspiring.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
you could tell. I was kind of watching the T-Bird scene when he's like, "You're dead," because they show an image of Eric, but I actually think like that was like the body double because
Yeah.
they only show it like once, and it's not he doesn't really like talk or he's not
Yeah.
really interacting with T-Bird, and I think that whole scene they like cut around
Yeah.
and it's really effective. But yeah, this ending
Yeah.
is like flawless. But yeah, the sister Micah, she suspects that the crow is the link like to his powers, right? And the crow might be his weakness. Like if you do something to the crow, the bird, like Eric will feel it. Or he will feel
Lose
the
his
effects of
power.
like lose.
You could take
lose
his
the
power
powers.
away.
Yeah,
like- and he's like, I like him already.
I like him already.
And that strikes me as something that was probably like rewritten
Right.
to
yeah.
make the ending work.
And then I love when they shoot the crow, and then Top Dollar does
I
his
didn't.
impression of the crow. Caw, bang! I'm fucking dead. It's so good.
Couple quick things about that
Caw,
church.
bang! I'm fucking dead.
I like the gothic architecture for that cathedral looking thing
yeah.
that they go into. It's really cool looking.
The Daredevil movie, Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
100%
This
inspired by
third-
this movie.
Yeah.
100%.
There's
There's,
no-
there's definitely pieces of films that have
Yeah.
taken from The Crow for sure.
This whole climax is basically
Yeah,
Daredevil.
it's a great
Yeah.
scene too in Daredevil.
I love it.
that scene where like he enters the church.
Such an underrated film.
Yeah.
Daredevil, I agree.
Yeah.
The scene where like he like enters the church and he like pushes the doors open. Number one,
Yeah.
it's super badass looking. It's
That's the
really cool.
cover, like the
Yeah.
poster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they do this really cool overhead shot, and you see all the pews.
Yeah.
And they've all been like knocked around, so they're not like, you know, the way that they're supposed to look. But it's just like
Right.
a really great cinematic type of thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a wonderful visual.
It really is. It's so good.
And it's filmed so well. Like
Yeah.
the shots in this film are just incredible.
yeah.
Like,
And
I always think about what Rory says about like he can not be a fan of a film, which I know he loves this film, but he can look at it from the beauty of it as well.
Right.
Like, you always talk about like how things are shot or how scenes look. Like the film could be the worst written film, but you can take something from it. And obviously The Crow is a great film, but like just the scenes in a film and how they're shot. Like I have much more respect for films, even when they're not the greatest, because of Rory. Because like I always think back to what you say. Like it's changed my whole perspective on film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously. Like when I think of
It's
a
just
film now,
alcoholic ramblings.
yeah, which is great. I keep drinking. It's
You never said I can't take a compliment.
keep drinking. Keep drinking, Rory. But no, it's true. Like you could look at a film and you just have a different, like, okay, maybe it's not the best storyline, but maybe there's some shots and you're like, wow, it's
Dude,
pretty-
it's a
impactful.
hard thing because like sometimes when I go on like Dave's podcast, those guys, like, they're so like in that critical world, right? Like they're all critics, and I always just feel like I'm like such an anomaly with movies because like I know the difference between like say like a Citizen Kane versus Rob Zombie's The Munsters. I understand that there's a difference there,
Yeah.
but like I just have this thing sometimes
A
where
lot
I'm
of
like,
great shots in that film.
I
Monsters.
I love that.
I was like,
yeah.
it could be the worst film ever, but I enjoyed the aspect of how he did that.
Same.
Yeah, and I think that about him a lot. Like, I just don't agree with film criticism these days where, like, if the story doesn't land 100%, then it's, like, the best or worst thing.
Right.
Like, sometimes it's just, like, there's a lot of other little elements to a movie that I think gives it merit, right?
Yeah.
And, like, even, like when we talk about, like, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, one episode you were on, that movie...
What are you doing about my truck?
That movie, man. I'm going on Dave's podcast to discuss that in a couple weeks. That movie, and it's funny because like I know that they're probably like going to be like, this movie fucking sucks, but I'm like, I get what you're saying from the story and the editing is like a little wild and stuff, but I'm like, there's something about that movie, like it's like there's like an atmosphere to it. There's
It's the atmosphere,
yeah,
for sure.
and like Michael looks neat, and there's like a darkness to that one, and I just don't think it's like always good to just say, well, most people don't like this, so it sucks, or the story's not great, or it doesn't land the way it's supposed to. It's not the same thing as the original, so it automatically is the worst thing ever. There's just other elements of a film that you should be looking at. But moving on.
Yeah. I mean, we could be back in that all night.
So Top Dollar shoots Eric after the crow was shot, and now Eric is bleeding.
I like when he like gets shot, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, he's like mortally wounded.
Yeah, he's like, oh, fuck. Like he feels it. So Albrecht shows up and he kind of saves the day and takes out Tony Todd. Then Albrecht gets shot.
I like when Ernie Hudson comes in. He comes in ghost busting a cap. Because busting makes him feel good.
He's like, busting makes me feel good. It's like, don't cross the streams of bullets.
Yeah.
So
flares. Hey, when he fires those flares, that was definitely like a choice. Some kind of stylistic thing. Because he shoots the flares, and the flares give like the room this like red light. And there's like clearly like some blue gels going on in front of the lights before he gets in there. So there's this cool like reds and blues flying around, and it's just really striking shit.
Awesome.
Did you notice before he showed up, like you can hear in a distance, it was like...
Yeah, I heard a lot of... I heard Ray Parker Jr. playing, I think.
It's like...
I just thought it was weird.
Makes me feel
I just thought it was weird, and it's just like, that's a big Twinkie.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So, let's show this bitch how we do it downtown. So the crow, it's up to him, right? And Eric, and he gets to the top and he comes across the sister, and she has the crow kind of held hostage, and the crow just bites out her eyes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's awesome, and she kind of like just
it's like real grotesque.
Yeah, and she falls
like
to her death.
Yeah.
And so then Eric,
who's got pretty eyes now, bitch?
Yeah.
That's what he should have said. That was the crow's line.
So Eric finds Top Dollar on the roof of the church, and he has Sarah, and they get into this epic sword fight, and then Eric gives Top Dollar his version of the pin and stare, right? Like, so in Marvel Comics, Ghost Rider has a thing, and it's called the pin and stare, where he holds the person and they feel all the pain that they inflicted onto the victims. So he kind of like, the crow has his own version where he kind of like touches Top Dollar's head, and he's like, feel the 30 hours of like pain.
It's like
right?
30 hours of pain.
Yeah,
all at once.
Yeah, it's like
all
it's like
you.
John Smith from the Dead
It's like
Zone.
it's like the Stephen King's Dead Zone,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that really captured it more, I think, than the newer style.
Yeah. But yeah, he does like the pin and stare kind of thing.
Real quick thing just to add on to that. So Top Dollar essentially tells Eric that he cleared that whole thing that happened in the apartment. He's like, nothing happens in this town without me saying so.
Yeah.
So like he's sort of like
admits to like
Yeah,
all this shit
that
only happened because of me. And I'm really sorry because I actually you put a smile on my face. Yeah.
I also like the 30 hours of pain thing all at once, all for you.
Yeah.
My relationship with Rise of Skywalker.
So after he gives all this pain to Top Dollar falls to his death. And that's when we see the cops and the ambulances are showing up and they're taking Albrecht to the hospital. And that's
there's like a cop that was giving him shit the whole movie we haven't talked about. He's just sort of antagonizing him.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like, he's like, oh, you're vigilantes up there. And he's like, you missed it. And I'm like, was that a joke or a reference to Ghostbusters 2 when he's in the subway and they're asking him if he got the number of the ghost train? And he's like, sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, I love that.
Was that a
scene.
Reference?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's a good question.
I've never heard anyone ask that question before. I want to know if it's true.
So as Eric is in the back now by where he is buried, well, he was buried, and that's when Shelley comes along from like the spirit world to take him home, right? Mm-hmm. And we see that Sarah gets the ring from the crow, and then she she has like this great monologue at the end talking about ashes aren't the things that are burnt. You know what I mean? It's not just the building and the people. There's like much more that remains. And and the movie ends, and it's a beautiful. Love this movie.
I do love when Shelley arrives in the little cemetery to essentially like greet Eric to probably take him in to the next life again.
Yeah.
It's such like a beautifully shot moment with her. Because like her dress is kind of like billowing in the wind and stuff. It's very like almost like a reward for everything that he's gone through. Yeah, it's kind of like he gets to see her again, and then she like greets him and takes him into the next life and stuff. And I just find that like that's just the perfect way to button that movie.
Yeah,
because it's like
the closure.
Yeah, exactly. Like because you spend the whole movie kind of trying to get like you get through memories, you get to see them interact and everything, but then at the very end you finally get to see her, and it's like she's just kind of like, okay, it's okay to let go, it's okay to just come with me, we're done here.
I took a couple notes and just from reading some things online and like the things like that people described, right? Like the love can outlast like even the most brutal death, right, that they both endured, right? But vengeance can heal wounds, only closure can, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's an actual one other like quote that I took away like from R.M. Drake, right? Who said, "Maybe we feel empty because we leave pieces of ourselves and everything we used to love." And I think that quote is so powerful. It's no tie into The Crow, but there were like doing research on this and like diving deeper into the film and some things. Somebody had tied this R.M. Drake quote back to Eric and Shelley, and I thought, man, how powerful is that? Like, even though it's not tied to The Crow, it kind of puts it all together. That maybe we feel empty because we leave pieces of ourselves and everything we used to love. Yeah, and that was him coming back to get justice, right? And love being the most powerful thing. Yeah. Like there was a piece of him that was left inside of Shelley, and that needing that closure to be able to come back and get that, call it vengeance, call it justice, call it what you want. But I thought that quote, even though not tied directly to a quote directly from the film, was cool that somebody was like, hey, this really kind of defines what Eric is seeking, or like, you know, that idea of leaving a piece of himself and the things that he used to love, which is so powerful, right? So I just
absolutely,
it's so cool, just and I'm so glad that like I got back into The Crow, because you know my younger version self would be just still stuck on the this
chip on his shoulder,
right, Rory, just kick the old me to the curb. But there's just something I think that I really enjoyed about this now being in 2025. Like, you know, truly when you wake up, there's like something new that you hear about all the time. Yeah. And it's so hard to steer away from it, especially when you're on social media and you unless you just decide to give up everything and live your life in silence, which is kind of tough to do in today's world. It's like we don't have dial-up anymore, right? So we can't just keep the phone off the hook. Like we're plugged in all the time, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's the crappy part, but I think this film really does paint a picture of how important like love is today, because there's a lot of hate out there, and what kind of defeats hate is love. And I think the more we can appreciate each other and the more we can really appreciate all the things we do in life, I think that's just being friends with somebody, messaging somebody, telling them that you like. I tell all my friends I love them, that everybody. And it's always nice when you hear like I love you back.
Yeah.
Because like we shouldn't be afraid to use that word. It's almost like whether you're a male talking to another male friend or a female talking to another female friend, like we shouldn't define life like that. We should truly just love people for who they are.
Yeah.
And that's
Friends,
what this film does, and I think it still holds up.
I think Jersey Shore does it better, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely, Rory. I would agree. I think Snooki surely portrays that a lot.
Yeah, they smushing is stronger than hate.
Yeah.
No, I think that there's like why I think audiences might respond to a movie like this maybe rather profoundly now.
Right.
Is that like I do think like when you distill things down to like the simplest forms of like there being like a good and evil. In this film, it kind of has like there's like almost like a heaven and a hell.
Right.
Justice, like there can be like clean cut. I just think it kind of like there's it's almost like there's like a morality to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that there's a little bit of and I don't want to get into politics. Or
of course,
like that. We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is a little bit of that lacking in today's world amongst people who think that they are rather moralistic.
Yeah.
And because I just think it's a soul sickness in the bones that's going around these days. But anyway, so how did you feel about the movie, Adam? You like the movie? Just tell me how you felt about it.
Did you like it, and would you recommend it?
I mean, I love The Crow. I think it's number one. I think it's a very beautiful film. There's so many themes and messages, and we just talked about it a lot, but it's just such a well done film. And it's one of those things where Brandon Lee gave probably one of the best performances I've ever seen in a film. Like I love James Dean, and I was watching like East of Eden last night, and I was watching like Rebel Without a Cause because of all of his films. Like he only has 3 films, right? Like, and it's like those performances in those films were amazing, right? Watching James Dean, and then I watched Brandon Lee in this performance here, and I agree with you. I think he would have been something super special.
Yeah.
Like probably could have been the Neo of the Matrix, right? Like or the John Wick of films today. But this like it's a phenomenal performance, and then there's also a tragedy, right? Like I think his death gave this film and I marked like a haunting weight.
Yeah.
Right? Like and I think his performance was tragic, right? Because of what happened in the film. It was raw. But it really cemented, like, The Crow as a film that probably should go down in probably one of the greatest films in cinematic history. I mean, there's a lot of good films out there, but Brandon Lee's performance is phenomenal, and it actually gives you like chills watching it because it's just so good, knowing that like he's cemented in that film forever.
Yeah, that legacy.
That like
is,
that you like. You're never going to be able to, like, yes, people pass on and films always remain, right? Like, but knowing that he died so young and so tragically, like, there's something about that film. I don't know. It's like, it's
haunting.
It is. It really is. It's haunting and it's special at the same time. And I think if you've never seen The Crow, like, take some time and actually, like, watch it. And watch it more than once, because you're going to continue to pick up on these things that like you probably didn't pick up on before. Like we all go and watch a film, and we're like, that's great, I'll watch that film one time. But the more you enjoy a film and the more you go back to watch it again and again, you always find new things that you could talk about, or like, wow, I didn't realize this. So that film is amazing, and I'll wrap up with that. It was awesome.
I know Elle Snow. Shout out to Elle Snow. She watches it every
Elle.
October 30th.
I love that.
That's like her Donnie Darko, really.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Rory, what are your thoughts on this movie? I know you hated it.
I did.
Relax.
I think Bill Skarsgård did a better job. No, I saw this movie. I think I was very young. I rented it, and I remember being so moved by it, and because I was young at the time, probably didn't fully understand what I was feeling. I knew about what had happened to Brandon Lee going into it, and that character just moved me and moves me still every time I watch it. I just think there's something so like beautifully like raw and romantic about that character, and it's just like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
it's just like this example of like pure love. These soulmates who unfortunately met with an undeserved tragedy for sure, and I had this, like, it was a couple years in high school where like I was just obsessed with everything dealing with The Crow.
Yeah.
I even forced myself to watch those fucking sequels, and like, we'll
we
get
didn't
to
talk
that.
about
We'll get to
those.
that.
Yeah.
But I'll, and try to wrap this up a little bit. I try to watch it at least once every single year. I love the way the movie looks. I think visually it's one of the most stunning movies I've ever seen. I love the wardrobe in it a lot. Like, all the characters have like a lot of character.
Yeah.
they're really well defined, and
they're real.
Yeah, and I like that the evil people in it are just evil people, because it makes the vengeance go down a little easier. But Eric, Brandon Lee gave, for me, one of my top favorite performances ever. I can't imagine a lot of things being able to knock it out of that top favorite list. It does, like what you were saying before about that like emotional weight.
Yeah.
Knowing that he died making it gives something to the film, because it's already a very dark and sad movie.
Yeah.
But just knowing that like he died on that set, and how I watched so many interviews with him, and this is probably the last thing I'll say about this. I watched a lot of interviews with him, and just like how excited he was to be doing this. Like, he could tell like that this was like meant the world to him. Like, he was so like in tune with this character.
Yeah.
And you could see it when he's performing. He's not like playing like a superhero. He's playing like a man who's like wounded and tormented by like what had happened. Not so much to him, but more so to what happened to Shelley, and like just wanting to make things right in the world. And I remember I was watching this one interview that he did, and I think about it all the time. It's just like the last words of it. He said, because we do not know when we will die, we get to look at life as like an inexhaustible well. But like, what he's getting at is that like things only really happen a certain number of times. Like, he's like, how many times do you get to see like the full moon rise, or like how many sunsets do you get to see? And he's like, maybe like 10 or 20, but it all seems so limitless. And like, at some point we leave the world, and then probably so shortly after that interview, he died. And that just like stays with me, man. Like, I think about that so much. Just like that whole, like, you see life as this inexhaustible well. And it's so
100%.
It's all just so limited. It's like we're all just on borrowed time. So that movie, it affects me in like an emotional way. I can't watch it without my eyes welling up. I think it's just like a beautiful performance. It's a stunning looking movie, and some of the best like production design ever. And it's just like a completely original movie, and that's probably why like I'm not in favor of seeing like the remake.
Yeah,
I'm
which
like,
I completely respect.
I'm just
100%.
tired of these studios pissing on my childhood. But EJ, how'd you feel about it?
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I would definitely recommend it. I loved it when I was a kid, and loved it today when I was watching it and taking my notes. I went over L's one time, I think, to watch it while carving pumpkins.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
good
Me
way
and
to watch
Robin
it.
went over,
Yeah.
and we were carving some pumpkins.
Did you carve him up?
Carve them up. Yeah, it was awesome. And no, I love this movie, and I think Brandon Lee like really leaves behind such a legacy, and I feel like that's why this movie, it took forever because there was like so many people who were interested in doing the remake. Like Jason Momoa was attached to it at one point.
Tom
Hiddleston, and I think it was like, man, I don't know if I could get it right. Like I don't know if I could put a stamp on it like the original did, because it had so much style and so much heart and so much to it that I feel like that's why everyone just loves this movie and takes to it so much, because there's so much involved with it that created like this love of that movie, right?
Dude, it's like sometimes you just get it right the first time.
Yeah.
And there's no need to try to do it again. It's like why
It's
you
lightning in a
becomes
bottle.
more of a money grab.
It's lightning in a
That's where it
bottle,
comes.
and
Yeah.
it's why like you haven't yet seen like a remake of like Citizen Kane. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I
if
feel
there
like-
is one, I'm certainly not aware of it.
But
Yeah.
I think there's times where, like sometimes people want to try to, do a remake.
Reimagine.
But I think sometimes you're just better off like, oh, let's do a continuation of the story, but like new characters. I think sometimes you're just better off doing that.
Yeah.
Talking about that, let's talk about the sequels really fast. What sequel is your favorite?
Visually speaking, I think City of Angels
Yeah, that's
looks
my
great.
favorite. Yeah.
I really like
Yeah.
Salvation.
That's the second one, right? City of
Yeah.
Angels. Yeah.
yeah.
And
Vincent,
I
is it
love
Vincent
Perez.
Vincent Perez.
Yeah.
And then Sarah's like older now, and the character Sarah, and she's kind of like the one who tells him what's going on.
Yeah.
I like that one the best.
I think visually that movie looks great. It's not. It's a little.
The
cold.
soundtrack's really
The
good.
soundtrack's good. The movie itself, I think, is a little lacking. Maybe just because I remember watching those first two movies back to back, and I'm like, one's a lot better than the other. I think Salvation came out pretty good. I actually kind of like it.
It's kind of crazy because Walton Goggins, I think like House of a Thousand Corpses I saw first before I saw Salvation, but I remember watching Salvation before the Eddie Furlong one, and being
Well,
like,
at that
oh,
point,
that's pretty good.
you're just throwing it out there for make a couple bucks.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the Eddie
you know.
Furlong one, wow,
It's
that
crazy.
was-
Salvation has like Kirsten Dunst is in it.
Yeah,
and,
That's
Kirsten
right.
Dunst.
Yeah.
Jodie Lynn O'Keefe's in
that
it.
guy from Willem Atherton from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Fred Ward's in it.
Fred Ward.
What's his face? Eric Mabius. Remember him?
Cruel Intentions.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people
You
in
forget
it.
how many like good actors and actresses
Yeah,
are
in
like
part
in film.
3.
Sometimes you're like, wow.
Oh yeah, all that cast. What a stacked cast. But no, I think it's one of those franchises where like they're just so in the shadow of like a much greater film. But I think they all, maybe with the exception of the last one, have some kind of like merit to it. I think they're like I think City of Angels is not I think it's worth watching. I think Salvation's worth watching, and Wicked Prayer if you have time.
I don't know. I think that the Eddie Furlong one is like maybe a skip.
It's if you want to be a completist,
I watched it. Yeah,
it's not good.
Yeah,
it's
I
not a
watched
good
it,
movie.
but
Just
it's
watch
not
the
good.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah,
and
I feel
you
like
will-
I'm gonna watch that and
Yeah.
be like, wow, this might be my second favorite. And
This
Rory's
one-
gonna be like, I hate you guys.
Hey, no, I'm glad. I always say this. I don't give people shit for liking things.
Yeah.
If you like the movie, cool.
Yeah.
I just don't care about it. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into
Wait.
our ratings
Oh, yeah.
because
Hold on one second.
yeah.
We like to do a new thing on this show.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that's
We
right.
like to talk about our favorite kill in the movie. What was your favorite kill?
Oh man, I would say that the whole scene where he jumps up on the table and all the gang members are there and they just start shooting at him, and then he just
So
miraculously
cool.
pops back up and just starts taking them all out. Right, like
Yeah.
that's probably the best scene of the film.
Absolutely, Rory.
I am always going to be in favor of 10-10.
Yeah,
I love that whole exchange.
Like
I
in the alley, yeah, I
in
would
the
say
alley.
that's awesome too.
I like the victims, aren't we all? So
Aren't
cool.
we all? Yeah, I think
Oh,
I'm
we didn't ask you.
Yeah,
gonna go with.
No. You don't have to. We're done with this.
I'm gonna go with
the scene where Peter Weller shows up.
Peter Weller.
Oh,
when
sure.
he shows up and they're like, no,
It's like, drop it.
drop it. Drugs are trouble.
Dirtbag.
Dirtbag. No, I would probably. I'm gonna go with 10-10. as well.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a really good scene.
It is a really good. I mean, if we're talking kill wise, I would say like that whole scene.
Yeah, the action scene there.
That's
like
the best action scene.
Yeah. But I would agree with you. I would say if I had to put in that piece, that interaction, like it's so real. It's so like again, no sound, like just that interaction with Tintin in the alleyways.
Good stuff.
Pretty dope.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go into our rating system, which is we like to rate with emojis. So let's go into our emojis.
Let's hear those bomb ass emojis.
All right, Adam. What is your favorite emoji?
I would say.
How would you rate this movie with this emoji?
Like as far as like what emojis I would use.
Yeah.
I'm going with the crow, for sure.
Yeah.
Because crows are cool. I'm going with like a blood splatter because there's a lot of blood happening in this film.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one of those emoji guns that don't look like a gun, but it looks like a squirt gun.
Oh right.
So because it's the safe way. I'm gonna go with a gothic black heart because real love is forever.
Yeah. Dude,
So
I love that.
yeah.
Black Heart, man. Okay, Rory.
I'm gonna go with a couple of them here. I got a guy and a crow, and you put those two together, and it makes an Eric Draven. Do the math, motherfuckers. I have a cat for Gabriel
Oh yeah.
because that cat's super cute and a very good actor. I want to put in there a cockroach because a cockroach ran across the floor. I'm pretty sure Gabriel killed it though. Or no, I think the crow got him.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, the crow was like, hey, cockroach, go fuck yourself. And then just lots of hearts. I love this movie so much. I love it to death. I've been Eric Draven for Halloween a couple of times, and I go way too into the detail. Becca did a great makeup job on me the one year.
Yeah.
And then she left me.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, that's my emojis.
Tragic.
All right. I just have two emojis because it's the rooftop scene, and I have a crow and a guitar because you guys probably were too busy looking at Eric, but the crow had like a little mini guitar that he was playing on the roof too.
He was playing like Zach Wilde. He was like soloing with one hand, pumping his little wing with the other.
You know how like you always talk about like AI ruined it? Like
Yeah.
that would be like a good scene where like AI ruined it, and it's
yeah,
just like a
it
little
just-
crow with a guitar.
Yeah, and it's just playing. It's like the solo from No More Tears
Oh my goodness.
by Ozzy. All right, let's go into our plugs.
It's time for a plug.
All right, Adam. What are some things coming up that you would like to plug? Like, I can't. I heard the news on the red carpet for the conference, but yeah. Do you want to share all that cool stuff?
So I'll plug my band, the MDG Crew. You can find us on the web at themdgcrew.com, social media at Adam Farley's Music, or on Facebook at MDG Crew Music. We always take a little bit of a break during the fall and the winter. Kind of gives us a chance to just hang with family, friends, do our thing, right? Like that's always fun. We are gonna record a song. We're headed to the studio, and actually we're gonna do a spin on Alone Again.
Oh, sweet.
So it's kind of like it was like a
yes, that's awesome.
triple decision between me, Jimmy, and Dave to say we need to resurrect a Project 5 song and make it a little fun, right?
Yeah,
make it like
update
kind of
it.
what we thought
Yeah.
maybe what it could have been, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna head to the studio, record that, which is gonna be fun. It'll be a first MDG Crew song. So yeah, all good things with the band. Quick shout out to Mr. Dave Calley and his Calley's Groom Room. He does some awesome stuff out there. Like the man has inspired me to get some pretty amazing cologne. He's got like the hookup. So if anybody needs help with like grooming yourself, just, Dave Calley's your guy for sure. And shout out to Freakquels. Love this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
I talk about it all the time. I think it's incredible how many episodes deep you all are, right? Like just
I know, is that wild?
it's
Was this
awesome.
one
I mean,
of-
listen, I think
Wow.
there's like something to be said about Freakquels. Like I love horror movies, and listen, I've bounced around to some different things. Like I'm part of like the Shudder chats and Discord, which is awesome to talk about horror movies in there. A lot of cool people, but have been introduced to some other like podcasts and stuff, but nothing to the extent of what you guys do. So awesome job. Congrats. I
thank
love
you.
being here. Well, you guys are my homies for life, so
Yeah.
that's always going to be a plus. But yeah, Freakquels. Make sure you're checking them out. Listen to the podcast. Give them a like. Give them a rating. It's important, right? Like, we need to support each other. That's what it's all about.
Give us your
I
social
love you.
security numbers.
Yes. And give Rory all your details to your bank accounts.
Routing number,
Yes.
all that stuff. Yeah. Rory, how about you? What do you have to plug?
I'm going to blow through this because I got to get home and watch Donnie Darko. I got Raven View Productions. That is a film production company and the production company that puts out this podcast each and every Wednesday like fucking clockwork. I got Sarah Vista Broker Real Estate. If you're looking to buy or sell a house or all your real estate needs, give it a look. If you don't, why? Why won't you look it up? Well, we'll come back to you, and we'll ask you more questions as to why you're such a snob when it comes to real estate. Fourth Cut Reviews, Church Conforti, chursing all over the internet. He's our Mr. Content, and he's doing stuff on the socials. What's he doing? Sometimes he's reading a page from the Bible, and sometimes he's making a video reviewing stuff. He is wild. We got NEPA Horror Fest coming up in a couple weeks. And it's been a friend of the show, Bob Keller. He's the guy who's running it, and you should go up and support him as he supports a bunch of independent filmmakers showing 13 horror films. We got Variant Season, savior of last week's episode, Mr. Will Perna. Thank you again for saving our Monsters episode, because I would have been real bummed out. There's some good stuff on that one. Give it a listen, and if you don't, then I guess you got something better to do. Gravy Diggers Pot Pie. That's the pot pie that you likely won't survive, and we don't really care as long as we get your money. That's what we do. Schwartz Dreamboat. You can see him perform at the Electric City Improv with last week's guests. You know, Alec and Ed. They're hilarious fellers. Look up Mr. Schwartz on all the socials and the Instagrams and all that stuff. He's always putting stuff out there. He made a video today that made me laugh really hard. I wasn't expecting to laugh that hard. Real Chronicles, friend of the show, Dave Gonzalez. I just did an episode with those cats. We did The Shining. That was pretty exciting. They're always, going through different movies throughout film history, and they do great breakdowns on them. You can see Dave at the Cinematic Reel. You could read all of his reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Don't just read the fucking blurbs. Read the whole reviews. You got to blow him up because he's doing great. He's actually... I believe on a poster for the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, so that's fucking awesome. And he's also, they had one of those trailer guys read his review or like a blurb on one of the commercials, which is really rad. So congrats, Dave. Last thing, kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue. If those cats get any cuter, my head's gonna explode. You can adopt one. You can adopt 5 if you want. If you're real lonely, adopt 20. You can get a real quick link to Kitties of NEPA Pet Rescue on our website, freakquelspodcast.com. The link will take you right to them. You can get involved with the cats. You can send them some nice soft blankets so they can do that little kneading thing that everybody loves. And you can get them some food, do whatever you want, but just help the cats. And EJ, fucking bring us home.
All right. Make sure to check out 3 Jacks Burger Bar, best burgers in Dunmore. Don't forget to check out the Dunmore Cemetery Tour the first 2 weekends of October. Friends of the show, Elle Snow and Jon Snow, are both in it, so make sure to check that out. Also, there's a play, Clive Barker's Pennsylvania premiere of Subtle Bodies, which is being shown at the Actors Circle the first 2 weekends of October. Check out Shantytown Design. That is a friend of the show, Mike Vinci. He set up our website, freakquelspodcast.com, which you could check out. And we have shirts there. We have mugs there. We have all the links that Rory talked about. And also make sure to check out Adam Farley's music, of course. I
don't know who that man is.
I know. Who's that guy? Go to the mdgcrew.com. And also check out friend of the show, New Metal Messiah, Jon Snow.
Metal Messiah. Jon Snow.
Metal Messiah, Jon Snow. So make sure to check out Eastern
Johnny
Tribute
Snowstorm.
Collective. And you could check that out, etc.com. And they have upcoming shows. They're going to be playing the first Sunday of October at the Ritz Theater. Tickets are only like $25, but it's a bunch of John's bands.
And if
So
you're
check
listening
it
to this
out.
episode, you've already missed the show.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Shoot.
I wonder if ECDB will be opening for them.
Oh,
the
man.
Electric Celtic Drum Band.
Oh, dude, can we bring them back? Can we bring them back? But anyways, make sure to check that out. Special thanks to our guest, Adam Farley. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen.
Can't
for
wait for
having
you
me
to
on.
come back again.
I will always come back to this show.
Cool. Hell,
Maybe
yeah.
next time I will come on with no underwear.
Better yet.
Yeah. He's going to come back like Eric Draven, and he's going to set some wrongs right.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
All the horrible things we did to him during this podcast.
Yes.
And Little Tintin.
Yes, a little Tintin. But thank you so much, buddy. And thank you to all the people listening around the world. We love you, freaks. We love you guys. You're the best. And with that being said, thank you for listening to
Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it